No matter the temperature, Cherville Auto and Truck Supply can help. They're your local Napa Auto Parts dealer. This month, Napa ready-to-use antifreeze and coolant, $9.99 a gallon. Napa full synthetic motor oil, 5 quarts for $29.99. Five quarts for $29.99. 1 quart bottles for $49. Cherville Auto and Truck Supply has Zerex antifreeze and coolant at $8.99 a gallon. All this month at Cherville Auto and Truck Supply, 1313 Shelby Highway, 150 West in Cherryville. Your Napa Auto Parts dealer. The Ford Summer Sales event is underway now at Tyndall Ford in Gastonia. See the 2024 Ford F-150 truck. Make it yours and make it now. Coming out for special red-hot summer deals. And don't forget, Tyndall Ford is the world's premier Roush dealer since 2015. You too can become a Roush-keteer. And be sure to check out their pre-owned inventory as well. Yes, save now during the Ford Summer Sales event. Underway at Tyndall Ford, 1901 East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia. Online at tyndallford.com. No matter the temperature, Cherville Auto and Truck Supply can help. They're your local Napa Auto Parts dealer. This month, Napa ready-to-use antifreeze and coolant, $9.99 a gallon. Napa full synthetic motor oil, 5 quarts for $29.99. 1 quart bottles for $49. Cherville Auto and Truck Supply has Zerex antifreeze and coolant at $8.99 a gallon. All this month at Cherville Auto and Truck Supply, 1313 Shelby Highway, 150 West in Cherryville. Your Napa Auto Parts dealer. The Ford Summer Sales event is underway now at Tyndall Ford in Gastonia. See the 2024 Ford F-150 truck. Make it yours and make it now. Coming out for special red-hot summer deals. And don't forget, Tyndall Ford is the world's premier Roush dealer since 2015. You too can become a Roush-keteer. And be sure to check out their pre-owned inventory as well. Yes, save now during the Ford Summer Sales event. Underway at Tyndall Ford, 1901 East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia. Online at tyndallford.com. No matter the temperature, Cherville Auto and Truck Supply can help. They're your local Napa Auto Parts dealer. This month, Napa ready-to-use antifreeze and coolant, $9.99 a gallon. Napa full synthetic motor oil, 5 quarts for $29.99. 1 quart bottles for $49. Cherville Auto and Truck Supply has Zerex antifreeze and coolant at $8.99 a gallon. All this month at Cherville Auto and Truck Supply, 1313 Shelby Highway, 150 West in Cherryville. Your Napa Auto Parts dealer. You can book your tee times online at the Glen Oaks Golf Course in Maiden. Just go online at glenoaksgolf.com. Pick out your tee time and book it. Check out their pro shop, snack bar, driving range, and banquet hall. And memberships are available. For more information, call 828-428-2451. Or again, go online at glenoaksgolf.com and like them on Facebook too.
Don't get a sunburn this summer. Head to This and That Trading Post in Dallas and stock up on Banana Boat suntan lotion, just $1.25. Also this week, 3 packs of facial wipes for $2.25. Tresemme shampoo is $2 a bottle. Dove body wash is $4.50 a bottle. And This and That Trading Post has Dove women body spray for $3. 3-piece packs of socks are $1.50. Cafe Le Lave coffee is $3 a bag. And the remaining Easter candy is half price. At This and That Trading Post, 3857 Dallas High Shoals Road in Dallas, across from the trade lot.
Welcome to Coyote Country. Around here, we like to go out and get a little wild on the weekends. Usually round up some friends, cruise the strip, might even go out for a late night bite. And if there's time, catch a good show. This is Coyote Country, and it's calling. Experience the CS 2410 and Mecron UTV at your Coyote dealer and answer the call.
Your Coyote dealer is Weston Sales, Highway 18 North, the 27 West intersection in Vail.
To the Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin, Tom, Terry, and Chip and JP. You had to give me a minute. I had brain fart.
It's all right. I'm not Zach. You had to figure out which one was in this seat.
Yeah, it's hard when he's not being here now because I'm so used to saying his name after so long. It's hard not to.
Zach's a union man, so he doesn't work weekends.
Yeah.
He's a union man. He's the head of the union, so he's not working Saturday.
Kind of like me.
No, you're not, JP. You're a product of the union.
Oh, okay.
There's something called feather bedding. You should check that one out. That's JP.
He has no idea of anything you just said.
Pretty much.
That's okay.
JP, I got something for you this morning.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna like it.
Okay.
If I gotta type in the right stuff. How is everybody? Breakfast from McDonald's this morning. I want to thank our listeners and our viewers. If you are listening on 92.9, the show is live on YouTube every Saturday. We'll be here 8 to 10 talking about Major League Baseball, NFL, college sports. We've got NBA, golf, NASCAR, and more here on this show. A little local sports, American Legion, prep sports as well. But our breakfast is brought to us every Saturday by McDonald's of Cherryville. I had an egg and cheese biscuit this morning, working on a strawberry banana smoothie to get me going this morning. Chip, what you working on?
I'm getting ready to chow down on this sausage and egg biscuit and a little powdered drink and some water.
Well, I got a sausage, egg, and cheese with a nice little Coke to go with it and hash brown.
I've got a bacon, egg, and cheese, and I'm patiently waiting for our first commercial break, and I'll eat it. And also got a coffee and a hash brown. So I appreciate McDonald's bringing our breakfast. I appreciate JP bringing it, but providing it McDonald's. Thank you very much.
Kudos to both parties.
Yep.
Well, JP, what you got now?
I'm about to start eating my gravy biscuit.
Start eating your gravy biscuit.
Yeah.
All right, gravy biscuit for JP this morning. Well, like I said, check out your local McDonald's here in Cherryville. See Mr. Kuthan and the gang breakfast, lunch, and dinner. These breakfasts, if y'all haven't started on your biscuits this morning, are absolutely wonderful so far. By my assessment. All right, JP, I got a little video for you. This is back in. Let me switch back so I can tell you the exact year. This is 1987. Tom's just turning 21.
22.
This is the Empire Strikes Back television debut. So before they showed it, they had a intro to the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people don't know if you've ever seen this before, but I thought this was pretty cool. So this was the intro to Empire Strikes Back, the TV broadcast. You got computer on?
Yes, sir.
a network television premiere on NBC.
We intercept your Earth broadcast in the name of the Galactic Empire.
Welcome. Through this intergalactic broadcast, your planet and thousands like it are witnessing the glorious victory of the Galactic Empire. Tonight, we will finally crush Luke Skywalker and his Rebel Alliance. This time, there will be no escape from the dark side of the Force when the Empire strikes back.
JP, what'd you think about that, JP?
That's awesome.
Was that? Had you ever seen that before?
No, actually, I've never seen that before.
So if you don't know, folks, on the show, JP not a big sports fan, so I got to sneak something non-sports related into him that he likes every program here to start the show, get him going. Got to get him paying attention, or he won't hit the buttons, right, Terry?
Yeah. Because when Terry watched that, he's like, "What the hell is this?"
Well, yeah, you're probably right.
Hey, JP, Empire Strikes Back, best Star Wars movie of all time?
Second.
How did you hesitate on that?
Well, you have to consider the 6 of them there are.
You mean the 9? Or do you just dismiss the new?
I dismiss the
okay,
last
I
3.
respect that. It's like the new trilogy is like the Rocky 5 of the entire. Yeah, it's like it never happened.
They're horrible.
Yes, I agree.
That's why I only go to the original 6.
Okay.
Best one, in my opinion, of the 6 is number 3. But I will say that number 5.
You are such a millennial. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, but it is the darkest of all 6 films. But you have to realize the transition from Jedi to Sith is just pure. You're dealing with a broadcaster here too. We got to remember that. I major in broadcasting production.
Dude, anybody, I'm sorry, you totally lost your it's turning your Star Wars card. Anybody that lists one of the prequel trilogy movies above the original Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, loses the Star Wars card.
I didn't say.
Is this a sports show?
Hey, I
You want to talk Quidditch, Tom? We talk Quidditch.
Tom, that's the reason I'm not saying a word. I'm
well,
lost.
I told you I'd get JP in there. All right, speaking of sports,
But
Tom.
I appreciate
We had our moment,
appreciate
JP.
what JP's doing.
Hey, speaking of sports, Tom.
Thank you for breakfast.
This is the sign at the Virginia Tech Library.
No study beers.
Absolutely no study beers. Oh, it gets better if you read the sign. Tom, you want to read the sign for the folks at home?
For the health and safety of others, please refrain from the urge to drink brews in the library. This includes seltzers, tweez, and other canned drinks. This message does not apply to hard liquor.
Oh.
So, Terry, does that mean I can bring every water of hard liquor I want into the library and
Well,
take a swig?
If I take a look at that and read that correctly, that's what it's telling me
Why
to
does
do.
it say not apply to
Apparently,
to
you
hard
can't
liquors? What's
you can't
going-
study with Jack.
Wait
I
a
don't
minute.
get
Is it illegal to ban moonshine in the libraries of Virginia, Tom? You're the historian on this one.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not familiar with the laws of the Commonwealth of Virginia, so I mean, I do know there's a 21st Amendment, so I guess it kicked it back to the states. I mean, in the 20, like if you read the 21st Amendment, it does kind of kick it back. It repeals the 18th and basically says, well, if it's prohibited by the state thereof, it's fine. So states are free to make their own alcohol laws. You can allow beer in public school if you wanted to. I mean, it's up to the state. I'm sure it's legal in like New York and New Jersey. Got a lot of Irish.
I'm going to let Chip make the ruling on this one instead of my regular 2 umpires. We got a golf ruling here, Chip. You ready for this?
Go play it.
All right, here we go. All right, for the folks on the radio, we're on the side of a green, about a foot from the edge of the water, straight up the hill, and he's trying to chip on the green. All right, Chip, I'll let you describe what happens after this.
Self stands here. It goes up.
That's unreal.
Is that not a 2-stroke penalty?
That's what I was waiting for.
Is that not a 2-stroke penalty? I think that happened to Jeff Maggart one year in the Masters when he was leading the Masters, or it hit Maggart. His shot hit him, and it was a 2-stroke penalty. But I don't think you're allowed to hit it while it's in the air once it starts in motion.
But what's bad about it, Terry?
It's a great hand-eye coordination.
Well, that's what I was about to say. The second shot is 10 times better than the first shot. So, folks, he chips it. It digs into the hill, sends it straight back up into the air and backwards, about to go in the water. He reaches back with his club, and saves it from going in the water and hits it. And not only does he save it, Chip, it goes towards the flag and up on the green.
He basically
I mean, he's not close to the flag, but
it's still he goes the right direction. Basically, he's on the bank of a pond and
he's straight up a hill.
When he tries to chip it, basically chipped it into the bank and it starts to fly back towards the pond. And he basically just flicks the club real quick and makes perfect contact, turns it into a flop shot.
Terry, you ever seen that?
Well,
I mean, it's
I've seen
impressive.
a lot of things in my life.
That's some good hand-eye
Yeah,
coordination.
it
is what I
is.
was gonna
It's a
say.
penalty, but it's good hand-eye
He's
coordination.
probably a softball player, ain't he? What a shot of the day. Let's see, got a couple more or some fun non-sports related. Oh, yeah, we got to talk about that one. That's definitely non-sports related. The Copa Americas. How that went. What?
When you said non-sports related.
True. True.
My dad and you would have a great conversation.
Tom, I got a baseball one for you. I helped you out on Chief Wahoo on the internet the other day for you.
Right.
So I was I pitched
Always
in.
love these.
Do what?
I always love the people that are in the stands that are better umpires than us.
All right, we're going to finish up with that NASCAR here in a second. So I got a couple more. Oh, we got some Bronny James news. There's an Italian joke, Tom. I got one of those for you here in a second. It ain't really a joke. It was a poll at a university, and I don't know if it went y'all's way. All right, we'll talk about, since it was in Charlotte, and I guess Tom's the soccer expert here. Tom, did you watch the Cup of America in Charlotte?
No, but I saw the fight in the stands.
And that's exactly what we're here to talk about. Not the 1-0 score that 70,000 people showed up for that I think is the most insane thing. Terry.
I agree. I'm sorry.
They
I agree.
I
thought you were saying in a jest that soccer's not.
No, it's not.
No, but
It's not.
Not that. I mean, I just you run for 90 minutes.
Sports,
Yeah.
football, basketball, they'll have more scoring. That's why they don't really appreciate soccer.
I'm trying to.
there's not enough scoring.
I'm trying to explain to my wife right now because she's trying to encourage me to have our kids consider doing youth league soccer, and I give her the answer my dad always gave me is like, I'm sorry, I do not support communist sports.
I call it commie ball to Tom.
I mean, that's beyond an ignorant thing to say. But I would tell you, Chip, since you have many children, that it's a great game. It's physically demanding. It's one of those things.
It's good
teamwork.
exercise.
It's a very, very much a teamwork game.
Yes, sir.
It's a thinking man's game. Everybody has to be a quarterback at some point. So I think there's a lot of aspects of it if you can get past the grandpa called it commie ball and actually think about like the game. I understand why in America spectators would rather watch something else. I mean, I do understand that.
Tom, why don't they just get out here and just
Watch this guy get shot.
get in
here.
Yeah, they kind of
Watch the cruel and unusual punishment this guy took right here and had to go down life-saving injury here on this hard
it's just
contact.
kind of this
Terry,
part.
did you see this?
It's like
Watch this, Terry. Watch the hard contact he takes here.
Oh,
I'm dead.
and I'm dead.
Sniper. Sniper. Folks from the radio,
yeah.
there was zero contact.
So what I'm gathering from this is
it's
LeBron
just-
would be a phenomenal soccer player.
Yes. Yes.
And stuff like that hurts. Like these floppers don't realize how much they're hurting their game.
Mm-hmm.
They're really hurting the game of soccer because just like anything else, it's just like when you see all these like stupid things in baseball when they're coming set like that.
Mm-hmm.
In pro, then they start doing it in youth. So it's just like this
Oven mitts.
this garbage of faking that you're hurt goes on down to youth.
The optics,
Did he
are,
get
the
a
optics are
yellow
not good
card?
with that.
And the coaches
A
put
red
up with
card? What'd he get here?
I don't know, Terry.
it. But you're able to do what you're able to do at that. See, what I don't understand at that level now, I know they have video
They do.
replay.
Replay.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do it on
Do y'all need more
fouls,
refs in soccer or something?
There's 4 refs.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
In a game like that, there's 4.
So-
in high school, there's 3, but South Carolina they only
So
use 2.
Chip, the biggest thing for the sport of soccer that is probably I had is like Tom said, the scoring. I'd rather see a smaller field, more scoring. As far as the fans go, I understand loving your sport and loving your
They're
country and
idiots.
supporting your country.
They're idiots.
But again, to Terry's point, like if you knew you were going to the Panthers game and one team's going to win 3-0 on a field goal, would that stadium fill up every week? Instead, there's 70,000 people jumping up and down for one score. We all came, we all parked, we all walked, we all got drunk, we all bought hotel rooms, we all spent thousands of dollars, and we saw one goal.
Yeah, if I
And
got
you
to
act
go
like that's the
somewhere,
greatest. And here's the one last comment, Terry. And they get on the internet and act like, that's the greatest thing we've ever seen in our lives. Oh, Jesus is here. We saw a soccer goal.
if I have to
craziest
go
thing I've ever seen.
somewhere and pay
Most
$30
communists
to
aren't religious,
park,
Kevin.
$30 to park, and the score is 1-0. Somehow along, I feel like I failed. I mean, plus I got to pay for my ticket. Then I got to pay for my food, and the score is 1-0
We talked about this when
for 90 minutes of playing.
the same principle when Gardner Webb's football, when Trey Lamb took the job at ETSU, we were searching for, or I should say the university was searching for a coach. I wasn't involved in the process, but we talked about it amongst folks in the Gardner Webb community, and my thought was, I figured, especially with the championship subdivision, we're going to look for an offensive-minded coach. And the mentality was, Gardner Webb, when you come to a game, you want to win. And if we win 10-7, it's a win. I'm happy for that. But almost everybody in attendance would much rather us win 35-28 than 10-7. So, and it's especially with the level of play that we are. It's not, and no disrespect, it just call a spade a spade. It's not Georgia. It's not Alabama. You need something to try to help with the atmosphere, to encourage the atmosphere.
Terry, that's something I've kind of said in high school as far as the lower teams. I would rather them just put all the athletes on offense and get some points for the fans. I'd rather get beat 42-21 or 50. If I'm going to give up 50, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to score 20 at least. You're going to say, hey, they had some cool plays and they scored. That was fun to watch, other than, like you said, only in the skin. All right, this is a photo of the field. Now, remember, the new Panthers owner got rid of the grass that Richardson said would never get rid of while he was here, and it was immediately gotten rid of for the AstroTurf because they wanted to host more soccer events. Correct? Was that not the reason? Not because, no other reason for AstroTurf in the field, because he wanted to host MLS and soccer, and it wouldn't do so much damage to the field. But then when we host World Cup and events like this, they require you have grass fields. So they had to grow the grass down in Fort Mill and drive it up here for this to put over the AstroTurf. They just took it off over once they had grass. That's why your tickets are so expensive.
No wonder David Tepper's fleecing the city for.
That's where that $650 million went, Tom.
I'm running out of.
I
don't know.
Just a bad person. Just
What
a
organ?
bad
How organized the organ? Oh, Tom, you weren't here for the. Were you here for the Panthers? You and Terry were out, weren't you? I've got a video of you guys. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. I've got to get back. Remind me, Panthers video.
Yeah.
But so, all right. So look, we got some video of some of the fighting. Apparently that some of the players' family was involved in an altercation, and then they went up into the stands. Uruguayan players went up the stands apparently to defend some of their family members. I do got some of closer up look of some of it.
It's embarrassing.
And this one dude's over there going, y'all separate.
But here's what's the most embarrassing. If I'm in the stands and some guy comes up or
a sports brawl.
Yeah, a sports brawl to fight.
Oh, Lordy. That's what we need.
I mean, I recently went to Myrtle Beach, and there's some guys that need a sports bra out there. But why is that guy wearing a sports bra?
It's a new soccer thing that they're doing, and that's all I can say, Tom. When we talk about whether it's a sport or not.
I mean, it's just that is
don't help.
embarrassing.
Talk about the optics.
It doesn't help. 1-0, Terry. Your star's got a sports bra. He's got a heck of a goatee. I'll give him that with the sports bra.
Well, at least they had something to watch when the game was over.
Yeah.
Let's go back and look at the fight.
Yeah, if I'd gotten...
It's embarrassing.
I mean, soccer fandom is...
It's embarrassing.
Psychopathic.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand the excitement. Like, hey, if I'm going to go see Beckham score 3 goals today, I'm going to hope Beckham might we win 1-0. Like, and
But
then
I
I'm
mean-
gonna act like a hooligan about it.
How many times do
I got video of the English people fighting. I think
It-
Norway or somebody
it happens.
yesterday.
It happened. What the amount of times they talk about the United States being bad for school shootings, so forth. So they talk about that, but the rest of the world's pretty bad
Terry.
for violence and soccer events.
All I can think
not,
about
not
is
only
that,
not only that shit, but the racist things they say.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Tom,
Yes.
It's just you think it's bad here. Go to a European soccer match and listen to what some of those people say.
Yeah.
It is just appalling.
What they chant.
well, I wouldn't
It's
understand. It's not
appalling.
English.
Appalling
but
what they say.
so Terry, the only thing I think about here is that little boy NC State fan standing behind Keith giving the finger, and then what do, Terry? If you're a fan, you give somebody the finger on the field, and then they come at you. Then somebody from the side in a sports bra tries to throw a chair at you.
I mean, it's like WWE except real life. I mean, it's just.
I think I'm going to get me one of those.
The grass thing, everything about it was just. It was all doing well, and then all of a sudden,
It was going well till it wasn't.
it was going well till it wasn't. One more video. We got a punch landed right here from one of the players, or one of the fans.
So which team won?
Yellow,
Okay.
Colombia,
Colombia won.
and I think they're playing Argentina in Miami, Sunday, and so I would imagine the streets and the whole town will be shut down.
Glad it's
And
in
to be-
glad it's in Miami.
And
Yeah,
to be
that's not in
completely
Charlotte.
and to be completely frank, another issue, at least for why soccer is not gaining more traction among the male population in our country, is the lack of success of our men's soccer team. I mean, it's not, and then I know those go hand in hand in terms of developing the sport and developing players that want to participate in it. But yeah, I mean, and they apparently, I think they got upset and underperformed at the Copa America. They were supposed to perform better than they did. So it's just that doesn't do much to build interest.
So, all right, Tom. I got two more things before we go to break. Well, this is your Italian joke of the day. University study asked Italians to locate Italy on a map. There was the.
Oh my no!
That was U.S. students in New York.
Oh,
They missed a little bit.
oh man.
And then let's see, I did have one more before we went. All right, Terry, this is for you. I can't believe I found this on the internet.
Oh,
Where's Terry? All right, folks, if you don't know Terry and his Toyota truck out here, it's been Terry, you got a deal on some tires, right? When you bought this Joker.
I'm listening.
All right, and I'm flipping through the internet, and I found someone who got the same deal. My dad bought a Tacoma in 2003 during the Free Trials for Life promotion. He took it as a challenge. He's followed all the maintenance requirements to a T and is still pulling new tires 21 years later. This is his 9th set, so 8 free sets. Legend. Here's his total bill from his last set: $752 for the last set. Chip, $750. Let's do 500 times 8. Terry, how much have you saved? Got back on your car, your purchase? Is that the best purchase you've ever made?
Probably.
Yeah.
I would say yeah.
Between the driving and
Is
the
yours an 03?
utility,
Mine is a 2000.
is
Oh,
older
wow.
than this one.
Mike Johnson.
How many
did
sets
it.
have you got, Terry?
Mike Johnson did it in 99, 2000, 2001, and I've had 7 sets of tires.
So
put
you've
on
had
mine.
7, and this guy's had 9. He's
Yeah,
Let me ask you, how do they determine when you get new tires? Is it the mileage?
it goes by the thread of your tires and everything. When it gets down too low, they'll tell you. I mean,
You have to take it there for maintenance, though.
Oh, I take it there for my oil changes and stuff and all the stuff, you know. But
Each oil change is only $350.
Yeah.
you know.
well, I thought that I started laughing my butt
But
off when
when
I saw
you
this the other day.
and my tires, I get Coopers most of the time. I'm on mine, but I wasn't able to get them this time. But they run about $800 a piece. So if you go back to
$800 a
1990,
set.
Yeah.
A set.
If you go back to
That better not be a piece on
Yeah.
that thing.
but if you go back to 1999 when I bought it, my truck was $95.72 for me to buy it brand new. So think about that, y'all. And think of it.
Yeah.
So I've got over half of that back just on my tires.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
So there you go. So
All right.
is it the best bet bill I've ever done? Yes.
Whoever created that promotion got so fired a long time ago, didn't they?
And then if you go on bright days, like I did that time when I kept sending y'all pictures back, they had some nice hot dogs and drinks and all kind of stuff that were free
Sound
that
like a
day also.
KTC remote.
I was about to say, was Calvin out there?
So
Every time there's a free set of tires, KTC shows up. All right, JP, you in there?
Hey, Vader.
Yes. There you go. We're going to take a break. We come back. We're going to talk about some real sports. We do got NBA, NFL, NCAA sports, NASCAR, football, and more. KTCBroadcasting.com.
The Great Gas Card Giveaway is underway. You could be the winner of up to $500 in gas cards when you register to win. The drawing will be held Friday, August 30th. Register today at Pro Wellness Chiropractic Center on Park Drive in Lincoln, at J&D Furniture on North Lafayette Street in Uptown Shelby, at Ferguson Ace Hardware on Highway 150 East in Cherryville, at the Mulch House on Union Road in Gastonia, at West End Sales on Highway 18 North in Dale, at Jill's Uniforms on East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, at Bradley's on Highway 74 Bypass West of Shelby, at Medical Arts Pharmacy on Grover Street in Shelby, at Flooring America on Slater Street in Kings Mountain, and at the 3500 Grill on Highway 18 north of Shelby. Register to win the Great Gas Card Giveaway, brought to you by What'sUpShopper.com and KTC Broadcasting.
They've got a boat. That's right, a boat for sale at Oak Grove Auto Sales, Service and Body Shop in Kings Mountain. It's a 2018 Tracker GV16 Laker, and sale priced at $10,995. And pull it to the lake with a 2007 Dodge Ram 1500 SLT Mega Cab 4-wheel drive truck for $16,995. You'll also find a 2007 Toyota 4Runner SR5 with V6 engine priced at $11,995. And a 2015 Volkswagen Jetta, only $69,995. Oak Grove Auto Sales, Service and Body Shop, 522 Oak Grove Road, Kings Mountain. Online at oakgroveauto.com. Like them on Facebook, too.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L-Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L-Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive on Oak Grove Road at the Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain.
Spring is the perfect time to play golf at the Crowders Mountain Golf Course at the foot of beautiful Crowders Mountain. Play in Route 18 Monday through Friday for $30 and just $27 after 1 p.m. And play in Route on weekends and holidays for just $40 and just $35 after 1 p.m. Ladies' Day is Monday. Ladies play and ride on Mondays for $20, and seniors play and ride Monday through Friday for $27 at the Crowders Mountain Golf Course, 255 Lincoln Academy Road in Kings Mountain. For your tee time, call 704-739-7681.
Bill Shuford, Heated and Air Conditioning in Shelby, wants to remind you that now is the time to have your AC system serviced, and right now, purchase a 1-year maintenance program for only $255 a year or $20 a month. Duct cleaning as low as $500 for up to 10 runs, and dryer vent cleaning is just $125. And of course, Bill Shuford will install a new system for as low as $85 per month on qualifying systems for qualified buyers. Call 704-484-0025, online at BillShufordHVAC.com, and find them on Facebook too. Carolina Federal Credit Union in Cherryville offers various mortgage options to fit your goals and budget, with a dedicated mortgage loan officer to help guide you through the process. Contact Carolina Federal Credit Union today at 704-435-0186. Whether you're buying your first home or refinancing, Carolina Federal Credit Union in Cherryville can help you. Learn more at carolinafcu.org or visit their office at 1200 East Church Street in Cherryville. Carolina Federal Credit Union, an equal housing lender.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk. They're talking about the NBA today now.
Yes, we are, JP.
Dynamite lead in JP.
I know. Good job, JP.
You're welcome.
All right. This is the highlight of the summer league, guys. This is Bronny James with a dunk. Check this out. You know, we got Dalton Keck. Is it Neck or Keck? I don't know.
Connect.
Is it Connect?
Like Connect 4?
Is it really?
I have no idea.
Oh, I thought y'all knew. Any of y'all watched the NCAA tournament and saw that? So if you know his name,
I did watch the NCAA tournament, but I can't recall how they pronounced it.
So yeah, Terry. So Bronny got him a layup or got him a dunk.
He looks so much like his father. I'm sorry, I couldn't say that with a straight face.
Actually, like he does, but the 41-year-old one, not the
Yeah.
not the 27. He looks like a 41-year-old LeBron dunking that ball.
You know, I'm
Terry. Real quick, Tom. Terry, I played high school basketball with people that can dunk better than him and play better than him.
I can believe that.
Go ahead, Tom.
I mean,
And Terry knows
I'm
it
not
too.
I'm not gonna make fun of him because I can't dunk a basketball. But this is if you look up nepotism in the dictionary, this would be a good example. Bronny James. I mean, it's so bad. I mean,
To bar it with Smokey.
I mean, it's just
Ralph Roberts would smoke you.
it's just so bad. Like, why do they give in to this man like this? I mean, I just don't understand. I mean, he got you a championship in the BS year.
The Lakers. Yeah, you're right, Tom.
Yeah.
Like 100%. I agree with. Like, why are
Matches.
the Lakers doing this?
I don't understand. I could see the Cavs doing it.
Right.
I mean, I could see the Cavs because
The Hornets
they're
are
the Cavs.
anybody?
The
Terry's over
Hornets-
eating it up like as a
Yeah,
Celtics fan.
I
Y'all keep
could
letting
see-
Genie Bus run things.
I could see the Hornets doing it, or some franchise that needed like some kind of recognition. Oklahoma City or something. I mean, I know they got a lot of young guys, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't even know there's a team there.
The
But,
guy,
you know, something to just put you on the map. But this is stupid.
the guy that the Hornets drafted, better work out, because I'm gonna sit here and say to this day, and it might have been a long shot to get LeBron, but it was the only chance we had, and I'm like,
he's not coming to Charlotte.
No.
I mean, he's not going to come to like he wants to be out there because he's got an acting career coming up because he's a great actor. I mean, I know you've seen him act. So I mean, it's just
Who's the better actor, he or Shaq?
So
I mean, it's just so bad. I'm not taking away anything. The guy's arguably the second best basketball player who ever played the game, but I'm just saying this is laughable. I mean, it's just laughable. And I mean, I understand. Okay, it's my son, and da 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 da. But I wouldn't want my son out there to embarrass me like this.
So
I mean, it's
as
just,
far as Chip talking about the draft pick, as long as he doesn't beat up his baby mamas, I'm good right now. Because we just gave one of those guys $75 million.
Yeah.
And so
Did you know about it when I sent the message? Did you already know about it? Okay,
they're a complete embarrassment to everything right now.
Yeah.
And the fact that they couldn't work out something with any other team, a sign and trade with any other team, tells you the other teams didn't really want to pay him anything. Because if he signed with us for $375, there were other teams had to be offering like $3 for $50 or something for him not to get the trade. So like, and then I'm over here on the Twitter feed, and all the Hornets fans, they pretend this is like a video game, and hey, we got a small forward or power forward, and the start lineup's going to average 20 points a game. We're going to be good. And I'm just like, do y'all not care at all? And we talked about this like with not Coach K's not a wife beater, but like the quality of the people the A&M coach going to the baseball.
Yeah.
Like, when does the quality of the person matter?
I'm sorry.
Over the winning or the contribution to the team. Like, if he averaged 3 points a game, would we be giving him a contract and extending him, keeping him on the team? But if he's averaging 20 and making the dunk contest, now we're giving him $75 million.
Character matters. I'm sorry, it does.
I think character matters depending on what it is. I mean, I think people kind of come and go with character. I mean, it's like, oh, he can help us win. Well, we're not worried about character.
Yeah,
That's just
society is not following that, but
society's not following that.
I mean, the
at all.
pictures of it were awful. Well, the whole story about it was awful. And then what happened was, if everybody remembers, is that he was in a contract year, and then all of a sudden she goes, "Well, I don't want to press charges now."
What I don't
covered in bruises, blacked out, all beat all the crap, and then now they find she's in a contract year, he's going to lose money, and now we're not going to press charges.
See, the thing is,
she's not want to tell whatever it was.
The thing is, okay, you want to say, okay, people make mistakes, accept your punishment, And part of his punishment should have been you go somewhere, you play for a minimum contract, somebody like gives you a chance, and then you work your way back. But it's like he kind of Deshaun Watson's his way here to make a contract, right? I mean, what real punishment did he face? So I mean, it's like one of these things. It's just amazing that we don't make the guy. It's like, okay, I believe in second chances. Okay, you did something wrong. You got to take your punishment.
There needs to be some penance.
Yeah, you got to take your punishment. And then after your punishment, I mean, even Michael Vick went to jail, right? And then somebody gave him a chance. He came back, played a little bit. Okay, but the difference there is he took his punishment.
Well, and he showed some rehabilitation. He showed some rehabilitation.
He just re-signed him for $75 million.
And this guy gets like no punishment. I'm just very much I believe in second chance if you've had your punishment.
It's tough.
It's not just a free second chance. Yeah. You got to take some punishment.
I mean, how do you be any type of a Hornets fan that aren't 12 years old and don't know anything about the history of the team and sit there and we had a good team and franchise. We supported the team and franchise. Then you took the team away over a stupid owner. Took the team to New Orleans. Changed the team name. NBA let him do that. And then somebody was talking about all the draft picks. We were one behind Shaq, one behind AD, one behind Dwight Howard, one behind Wemby.
Yep.
Drafted Kobe and traded him. And all that could have went our way. None of it went our way. We have to come back and be the Bobcats, named after the freaking owner. Named the team after himself, Bob Johnson. Let's be the Bobcats. Okay, Bob. Thank you. Awesome. I even got the Bob hat on today.
There are Bobcats in North Carolina.
That is true, but that's not why he named the team the Bobcats.
But there are Bobcats in North Carolina.
His girlfriend called him Bobcat Tom.
It's much better. It's much better than calling the Memphis Grizzlies.
That was his
nickname. You know what I mean? Or the Utah Jazz.
That was his nickname.
Could you see
down
Mormon's
at the,
playing jazz?
Spearmint Rhino.
So, but at least it does. He named him after himself, but there's also a North Carolina connect. At least there's some sort of.
If he had brought us a championship, he could name him. He could name him after whatever part of himself.
But it doesn't matter when you move them to Memphis.
You think they should
change the name? Yeah. You change him to the Elvis Presleys. I don't care.
All right, Tom. Well, let's do some new name change. What should the Lakers' name be?
Yeah, because they were Minnesota. The Lakers should be
the Lakers because of Minnesota 10,000 lakes.
Yeah. That's why the L.A. Sea Breeze. I don't know. something besides. Well, L.A. Lakers just rolls off the tongue.
The L.A.
I mean, I know that why they kept it. It's like, hey, it's a really cool.
What about
name.
the Silicon Valley Lakers?
The L.A. LeBrons.
Oh, no. This was location. Sorry, I got the wrong.
The L.A.
You got to rename the mascot.
The L.A. LeBrons. That's
Los Angeles Silicons.
The Los Angeles plastic surgeons.
But there was an argument when they were doing the Pelicans to try to get the Jazz name back, and Jazz people were like, no. So
it's kind of funny. Utah Jazz. Could you see a Mormon playing jazz?
I don't know.
I mean, it's just I don't know. I mean, Mitt Romney does Mitt Romney listen to jazz? I just don't see it.
He's very musically inclined.
I just don't see it.
Wasn't he the guy that was pretending to eat a hot dog that never ate a hot dog? Remember that?
Yeah.
Mitt Romney. But anyway, I mean, I'm just saying that I would have renamed it. They could have been the Salt Lakers. I mean, that would have been, even though things drying up. I'm not going to be there too much longer, but
yeah,
I would.
So Utah gets to be the Lakers.
Yeah, Utah Lakers makes more sense. Makes more sense geographically. But I realize that sometimes, like, just people like the name, like L.A. Lakers. I mean, it's iconic.
It is iconic at this point.
Now.
It makes no sense geographically, but it's.
So I can't play the audio. We are doing Team USA is playing, getting ready for the Olympics. And I can't play the audio, but I can show a little bit of it. This was Baron Davis, and of course my favorite Hornet. Not my favorite one, Glenn Rice probably. No, Larry's my favorite Hornet. Sorry about that. Glenn Rice the best one. This is the best point guard that nobody talks about. And this is him talking about coming. He averaged 23 and 8, and Coach K didn't give him a tryout for Team USA. And he was talking about Coach K wouldn't even give him a tryout, Terry. He's talking about he has no respect for him, and he was going off on Coach K about it. And he said they gave Luke Ridnour a tryout. He said I'm not saying I should have been on the team. I'm not saying I would have made a team. He said, but I deserve a tryout over whoever Luke Ridnour is. And he went off on K about that, but I found that interesting. Like I said, there's a lot of F-bombs in that one.
I can believe.
I can't even play none of it. He was not happy. All right, how about a Dean Smith story from Kenny Smith? talking to Steven Jackson, and it's weird. Like, you know, if you're not from North Carolina and never don't know anything about Coach Smith and all the things he did and done for people and things he would go out of his way to do, it's unique hearing some of these stories. This is him talking about they're talking about Maktar Jai, Terry, and if some of you don't, I know Chip, you know Maktar, which is actually one of the funniest people ever. If you've ever seen him on any podcast or anything, he's hilarious. So this is Kenny Smith talking about Dean and Maktar and dealing with him. Go ahead.
My favorite story is with Maktar Njai, played at North Carolina. He was from Africa. Mac was having a tough time in practice, so Roy Williams was assistant coach at the time, and Bill Guthridge. They're getting on Mac, like, Mac, what's wrong with you? Blah, blah, blah. They're getting on him, and so they throw him out of practice. Coach Smith, after practice, goes to him, Mac, is everything all right? Homesick? Like, no, coach. He's not looking at him. Mac, look at me when I'm talking to you. No, coach, I'm just not Mac, look at me as I talk to you. Coach, in my culture, to look an adult in the eye is a sign of disrespect. So Coach Smith says, oh, okay. He walks out. Next day in practice, there's no Coach Guthridge. Coach Guthridge's not there for a week. Mac said he gets a call from his mom. Mac, there's this man here in Africa. Says he's your assistant coach. I know it's Coach Smith. I don't know him well. He's been here for a week saying he's learning our culture. He sent Coach Guthridge to learn his culture so he can never make that mistake again.
Wow.
That is what Coach Smith is.
That's deep.
Now,
there's one part of that I don't think is accurate, because Roy Williams was at Kansas by the time Maktar Jai was at Carolina. But continue. and he didn't say that Roy's the one who went to Africa. It was Coach Guthridge. But
I don't know when Roy started in Kansas.
88 or 80,
Yeah.
87, somewhere in there. It's been a while.
Yeah.
So what I think's funny about that is that if you've ever met Bill Guthridge, is he may be the driest white man who's ever lived, as in like this
stereotypical old white.
Like this Beanie Baby of Arvydas Sabonis has more life in him. I know Bill's not with us anymore, but then Bill did. Like Bill's like, he's not like, I don't know if he's gonna laugh, smile.
Yeah.
Learning a culture for Bill Guthridge is like that just.
Yeah.
That's almost like a joke that Dean did if he sent Bill Guthridge to Africa.
It's almost like that was his punishment for throwing him out of practice.
I'm seriously trying to think about just Bill like doing anything other than
being the fastest guy to the locker room to unlock the doors.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, come on now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's amazing. You don't
he's got
realize
his
stuff like that
socks
until
to his
you hear
knees.
somebody talk about it.
Could you imagine Bill Guthridge trying to recruit players today? No way.
No.
No way. No way. No,
it's like
no way.
I mean,
I don't know, Tom. Pretty big check. All he has to do is walk in and show him from North Carolina.
Yeah.
Did you see Armando Baycock?
Yeah.
Made a few million here at North Carolina.
So he's staying another year.
No, he's done. RJ's staying.
done.
RJ
I'm
Davis
getting ready
is
to
staying
say
another year.
Baycock cannot be still staying. Surely to God.
Yeah.
He might be getting his doctorate, but he ain't playing
Who did he get
basketball.
drafted by? Y'all remember?
Did he get drafted?
I think he did, didn't he?
Roy Williams started at Kansas in 88, 89. So yeah, they that would not have.
Maktar wasn't there.
Yeah, and Jai was at Michigan his first 2 years. He transferred.
Jazz.
Oh, the Jazz did take him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Second round.
Good for him.
Second round.
He made over $2 million at North Carolina in his name, image, and likeness that he could publicly say.
He's gonna make more. He's gonna make more at Carolina than he did. When
Was he a second round pick?
Publicly say. Hey, I don't know if he was drafted or if he was or not. Let's see. He may have just been a
Free agent.
like a free agent sign. I'm gonna look and see.
There's only 2 rounds of basketball, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But now listen to what we're saying. This is what just amazed me. We pick LeBron James, but we don't pick a Baycock.
It's Bronny, not LeBronny.
Yeah. I don't care what his name is. He plays for the Lakers.
undrafted.
They
Armando Baycock and
Think
Caleb
of this.
Love can't get drafted.
But LeBron James.
Baycott did not get drafted.
No, he
The
didn't.
Jazz second round draft pick, they took Filipowski.
So there you go. Now you tell me something's wrong with that
The
picture.
player of the year, if not Phil Pasky.
Yeah. Something's wrong with this picture.
It's
y'all.
NBA's so weird. I don't get it. And that story about, have you seen the story about him and his girlfriend?
Filipowski.
Yeah. that he's a Mormon. They started dating when he was
makes sense why Utah drafted him
or something like that. She was like 26, or she's like 8 years older than him or something like that. And as soon as he got drafted, now they're getting married and everything. So there's a big controversial story. He doesn't talk to his parents. Like, so there's a look. It's been all over there. And there.
Does he play jazz?
If you do, but like, what is Filipowski better than Armando Baycock?
No,
different styles of games.
I think no.
I'm asking a State fan and a Carolina fan.
I'm trying not to have my
Ohio State.
Yeah, I'm trying not to have my.
Wasn't Filipowski the one that tried to say he got hurt by a fan?
Yes.
Like he's like 6'10" and some little 5'3" fan
running on rush on the court. It was
rushed on the court and hurt him, and that's
it happened the same time the Caitlin Clark one happened.
Jay Billis is like, we need to stop this. I was like, you know, Jay's a little. I can't say the word on the air. I know Jay knows basketball, but that Duke bias, they just can't help it, can they? When they start talking about Duke, man, when people try to say that, like when Herb Street does a football game, I don't see it. Like there's not that bias. Like when Billis talks about Duke and things like that, I'm like, how's this guy still have a job?
I think Vitale had more of a bias for Duke than Billis did.
Dookie V? What are you talking about?
Chip's favorite player.
I'm glad he's beating cancer.
Well, all the best to Dickie V. Yes.
Duke's. Chip's favorite player. I just lost my train of thought on that. Zach Edey, doing pretty good now.
Yeah, I think. Well, we're talking what portion of the league he's playing in right now, but he's
probably dominating.
His game is translating.
All right, guys, we come back. We got baseball. No, never mind. Got one more. Real quick.
Keep going. Yeah, keep going.
What'd you have?
Did you see it's not an article, but like the interactive thing you do on ESPN.com this week about building the best 5-man rotation for the Olympics?
No. Terry, here's talking about Anthony Edwards.
How many players on team?
Anthony, I don't know if you saw the comments. I think I got it down here. Hold on. I do got the comments. Got two separate videos to play together. They're just not near each other, so I got to scroll down just a second. So Anthony Edwards asked him, he's at the Olympics, and asking him about being the number one option.
I'm still the number one option. Y'all might look at it differently. I don't look at it differently.
And how does that manifest? How do you go about it? Just go about it the same way?
Yeah, I just go out there and be myself. Shoot my shots, play defense, and, they got to fit in to play around me. That's how I feel.
Nice. So other comments he made was Kevin Durant's his favorite player, and if he's got any questions or anything, and everybody should be there to watch. Durant. Oh yeah, Terry, I got a picture. This is I brought this for you, Terry. Here's Bronny James for a picture of his first game with the Lakers in Summer League.
That's awful.
They got Bronny's head on a little kid's body. He says, "My first game was today. 2 passes, 1 steal, and 1 backboard."
Y'all keep calling him LeBronny. It's Bronny, not LeBronny. LeBronny James. I mean, I'm not gonna go that far as to call him LeBronny, but it's ridiculous.
That's what everybody else is going to call him, Tom.
I know. You know what? And then they got.
I also saw him when he was bringing the ball up to court, and the guy stole it from him too.
USA are better than Anthony Edwards, definitively.
All right, so here's the
how many players on Team USA are better than Anthony Edwards, definitively? I don't know that there is one.
You want to go through it real quick?
I mean, let's go through
the exercise.
Bam Adebayo.
No.
Devin Booker.
No.
Steph Curry.
No.
Anthony Davis.
No.
Kevin Durant.
No.
Joel Embiid.
No.
Tyrese Halliburton.
No.
Drew Holiday.
No.
LeBron James.
No.
Kawhi Leonard.
No.
Jason Tatum.
No.
Okay.
No Tatum, no Steph, no LeBron.
So I mean, if we're running through it, why shouldn't Anthony Edwards feel like he's the best player or the number one option on the team? Why shouldn't he feel that way? I mean, I know we don't like to think about it in those terms, but that's how good Anthony Edwards is.
Best player on Team USA.
Can be.
Who's the best player on Team USA, Terry, right now?
Well, I'm gonna put it like this. You mentioned a lot of good players.
Yeah.
But you're asking, okay,
right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Right now.
When I look at this, though, I think of how many of them other guys that we're talking about could defend him? Jason Tatum easily. Kevin Durant easily. I mean, I start talking about defense and stopping him.
No, I wouldn't say easily. I wouldn't say easily.
Well, I mean, it's going to be a battle, but it's going to be a battle for him to stop them too.
But
you know
you're just
what I'm
talking about
saying?
you're just saying them defending him.
Yeah, they can easily defend him.
And he's a decent two-way player. I mean,
he is. I'm not.
I say
he's not,
decent is
but
underrating.
I don't think he is the number one that I would say. Hey, here he's not a Michael Jordan. He's a couple
nobody is a Michael Jordan.
I mean, he's a couple years away from being in that even thought about category.
So are you saying he's not even an average college player? Because Michael's an average college player, according to you.
He is.
Anthony was picked number 1 overall, and Michael number 3 overall. So I'm just trying to figure out where the jump from average to.
Yeah, I'm just saying I like him.
Good Michael.
I think he can play. I'm with all of that.
Who's the best
but
player
I
on the team
also
right now,
know
Terry?
sometimes he opens that mouth like he did right here. Again.
And there it is. That's what you don't like.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
It's not got nothing to do with his ability.
Look, Terry, if you interviewed anybody on that team,
they're probably
all of them are going to say,
thing.
I'm the number one, because they're supposed to have that mentality. They're not sitting there saying nobody else is going to have the ball.
Now, here's if I'm the coach, and Coach K is the coach. If it's last shot, one shot, Kevin Durant's my guy. I won't shooting the basketball.
That's part of the question.
I said shooting the basketball. That means you might want LeBron doing his thing where he dribbles and then kicks it to Durant, and then if he's open, he shoots, or he can take one dribble and shoot over whoever. That's who you want shooting it. Or Steph Curry coming off a screen. But if you want somebody to create their shot right now, Durant, to me, he's to the point where he's not blowing by people. He's looking for that pull-up. He's in late Jordan stage, not early stage. If you want somebody to get to the bucket and get a and one or foul, I'm going to go in Tatum or Anthony. Anthony's definitely my number one option. If Tatum's on the floor, I'd like him to try too.
Well, I wouldn't want the ball, and I'm sorry, I wouldn't want the ball in Tatum's hand.
No, I can't blame you for that.
I'm a Boston Celtic man, but
why is the MVP not on the team? Terry?
Give me Jaylen Brown.
Terry, why is the MVP not on the team?
Well, there you go. I just think it's.
Why is Derek White on the team?
Well, Derek White got picked.
There's
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but maybe Brown just didn't want to do it.
What is all that?
So ESPN has a little interactive thing where you can assemble the best 5-man rotation. And I don't know what they're using or their ultimate gauge is the stat Raptor.
Oh my God!
And so their perfect lineup or their most essential or not essential best performing lineup based on this formula is Kyrie, Tyrese Halliburton, Kawhi, who's not even on the team right now.
Kyrie's not either.
Kyrie's not either. Tatum and Embiid.
Whatever. Everybody's making fun of Embiid for the flopping Tom right now. He was flopping, and they were practicing against the 18 and under team, and the college, whatever 21 and under team, one of those teams, and he was flopping on their center, and he's the biggest dude on the court. he was doing the old Terry chest and throw it up on him, trying to get the refs. He was foul baiting.
We're talking about Ant here. He's not even going to be starting on this team.
He wasn't. He will be in here in a minute. He got 13 points in one quarter. Okay, we might.
Everybody,
they got Booker starting in front of him right now.
Right. Well, I mean, so apparently they're saying that there's 4 spots, and I don't think there's room for him in the backcourt because they're saying the 4 spots that are almost set are because right now they want the faces, they want the icons starting. So you're going to have Steph.
They better put Jordan's son out there.
They're going to put Steph, LeBron, and Embiid, and then they're talking about Drew Holiday to be the defensive stopper, and then they're going to have another forward.
Terry, let me put it this way.
I'm telling
you.
Drew Holiday would even stop Edwards.
Terry, please stop.
He would.
All right, Terry and Tom, you guys know the answer to this. On the 92 Dream Team, which player did they put on the team to guard the other guys' best players because their stars wouldn't play defense? So we make this argument all the time about today's game's better, the old game's better. They have to bring in Drew Holiday, who is not one of our top 12 players in the world.
He's not.
Derek White is not one of our top 50 players in America. And they got to bring them guys in to guard the other guys' best, to guard the other Ginobilis, because God forbid you ask Steph Curry or LeBron or Kevin Durant to guard anybody, because those 3 ain't guarding anybody.
Yeah, I agree.
So they have to bring in these They have to bring in role players for Dream Team for Team USA. I've never seen it in my life. Did they bring in Christian Laettner to play defense when Jordan didn't feel like it? That's what they did. Michael, do you feel like playing defense? No, bring in Christian. I'm going to shoot jumpers.
Jordan was going to Chuck Daly, and part of it was his motivation because of Kukoc. But he's saying, I'm guarding this guy.
They'll make the argument that Pippen was defensive, but he still scored 20 points a game. Yeah. He still could run the offense. We didn't put Rodman on the team. That's my point. Who else was good defensively back in the day? Vinny, was it the Microwave Johnson? When he
put Bill Lane Beer on the team. He
played yeah.
Like, they've got Derek White and Drew Holiday. Like, okay, they're pros, but might as well throw Cody Zeller or someone. Like, who are we talking? Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Terry, he played defense. Like, never in my life have I heard, we're going to bring defensive specialists for the Olympic team.
See, but you can't really, like, basketball's not conducive to that. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's sort of a game that flows. What are you going to do? Every ball stoppage, you bring the guy in to play defense? I mean, it's just...
And then, are they switching on defense? It's just, so if they're switching, Terry, like, what's the point of having the defensive specialist?
The only time you'd have a defensive specialist is like, I got a 10-point lead. Okay, I'm going to put this guy in the game.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Like a boxing one or something
like that.
Are we sitting in a zone?
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, are we playing boxing one? But, like, do y'all understand what I'm saying? Like, could you just fathom, like, Chuck Daly telling Michael and Clyde and Carl and Barkley, guys, we're going to bring in a defensive specialist because y'all guys ain't hustling or y'all ain't trying or y'all ain't.
It's a different world.
It is. It's a different game.
LeBron's the best player in the world, but we got to bring in Derek White to guard whoever he's guarding.
Well, I mean, I want you to think so. We played Canada the other day, and here's your shooting percentages. Devin Booker, 4 out of 6. You got to take that.
He can shoot. He might be the best shooter.
Yeah, Stephon Curry, 4 out of 7. Drew Holiday, 5 out of 8. Anthony Davis, 5 for 10. Anthony Edwards, 6 for 10. Jason Tatum, 4 for 7. I mean, not a bad day from any of these guys. I mean, all of them played decent.
What would be your starting five?
For the Olympics?
Yes.
Right now?
Yes.
I'm trying to think who's on the team, but it'd definitely be Steph, Anthony, LeBron, Durant, and somebody.
They started Booker, LeBron, Joel Embiid, Stephon Curry, and Drew Holiday.
That's the 4. They're saying 4 of those are set. And
they started Drew Holiday?
Yes, yeah. I'm telling you. Yeah. I'm telling you.
You got to have somebody to run your point.
He's going to be Steph's be your
point.
What
is LeBron and Steph Curry doing?
They're Stephen Curry's your number 2 man.
You mean the shooting guard?
Yeah.
What? No.
What's LeBron doing?
LeBron, he'll probably be your
Drew
number.
Holiday is starting on the Olympic team.
Yeah.
LeBron would be your number 4 man. Because Booker would be your 3.
If I'm Anthony Edwards,
Joel Embiid,
I catch the first flight home.
Yeah.
If I'm Anthony Edwards and I walk out there, y'all start Drew Holiday over me, I'm catching the first flight home back to Minnesota, and I'm shooting jumpers.
It's like
get out of here.
No, wait a minute, guys. You got to understand. You got to have a point guard.
Steph's the point guard.
Stephen Curry is your number 2 man. You don't want him running point in the Olympics.
He does it for the Warriors every year.
I know, but he's still your better number 2 man.
He doesn't play the 2 guard. He's a point guard.
They got Halliburton to pass the ball to people.
No.
That's why he's on.
And Tyrese, and so their second unit is going to be more effective than their start. Their starting unit is the premier names, is their icons. The second unit right now is going to be better because it's going to be Halliburton, Ant. And I forget who else they had, but that unit was very impressive.
Tatum, Anthony Davis.
How was Drew Holiday on the team and Jaylen Brown's not? Tom, they got Drew Holiday on the team, but not the Finals MVP.
I mean, did he want to play? Terry makes a point.
No, he did.
He wanted to play, but he's not on the team.
Mm-hmm.
That's the craziest thing I've ever.
Well,
Drew Holiday this year, age 33, averaged 12 points a game.
You talking about Jaylen Brown? Brown,
but Drew Holiday this year at age 33 averaged 12 points a game, and they've got starting.
If they make a deep playoff run, they may want to rest. But.
Well, and here's the thing, and Terry, you correct me. You're more of an expert on this than I am. You follow us more. Brown obviously was their 1 or 2 guy all season long, but really started to. He took it to a next level in the playoffs.
He did.
By that point, the team was pretty much already settled.
It was already picked.
I think we're looking at it from the perspective of what we saw him do in the playoffs when the team was already pretty much finalized.
The problem I had is when somebody decided not to play and he's not your next option.
When they instead of when they put Derek White on the team instead of putting Jaylen Brown when Kawhi stepped down.
So it had to be a little bit more of Brown not wanting to play.
Or being a little burnt out, maybe.
Maybe. but I mean, it has to be something. I mean, this is a lot. If you go True Holiday, Tatum, and White all on this team, sometimes it might be too much.
Drew Holiday. I'm going to he averaged 12 points a game this year. 1992, people. Here's the people that averaged about 12, 13 points a game. Please tell me who should be on the dream team. We're going to go over this. Kevin Gamble averaged 13.5. Rumil Robinson threw in 13.3.
What are we saying?
Kenny Gaddison. Charlotte Hornets, Kenny Gaddison, guys, averaged 12.7. Put him on the dream team. Blue Edwards. Never heard of him in my life.
That's a great name, actually.
12.6. Jerome Kersey, Clifford Robertson, Gerald Wilkins, Tim Perry, Alvin Robertson, Ken Norman.
He was a linebacker, wasn't he?
No, that's Norton. Johnny Dawkins.
There's the difference.
Hot Rod Williams.
When
Greg
you
Anderson.
pick
Gerald
a
Glass. Hold on, Terry. I ain't through. Herb Williams.
That's what I figured.
Chris Morris.
See,
Mark
nobody
McGuire,
wants to hear the real truth.
Thurl Bailey. That's why you're defending this.
You know?
Those players averaged 12 points a game, Tom. Tell me which one of them should have replaced Clyde Drexler.
Johnny Dawkins was averaging 12 points and assisting Mike Krzyzewski at the same time.
Which one of those? Because Clyde is the Jalen Brown in this situation.
It's
and
so
instead,
unreal to come in here and listen to this.
They got Kenny Gaddison in there playing instead of Clyde Drexler.
I'm picking a True Holiday.
It's just a different world.
He's a winner. He's a locker room supporter for guys. He tells them what you can and not do in a right way.
He's
all right, Terry. So
he's a good player, but
we've got
he's not one of our 12 best.
The sportsmanship award recipient.
Which one of these guys
over somebody with talent?
So you got. Terry, I'm gonna give you Kenny Gaddison. And you can't take Christian Laettner off. Who on the dream team are you taking off to put in Kenny Gaddison and his 12 points a game?
I don't know if he's going to answer this question.
He's not.
I'm not.
I know what he's going to do.
I'm sitting here trying to figure out what y'all trying to say here.
What I'm trying to say is right now they got Drew Holiday, and he shouldn't be on the team.
Yeah, he should be.
Because he's the equivalent to Kenny Gaddison being on the dream team. And they've got him starting.
You're narrowing it down, but he's narrowing it down basically to points per game is what he's comparing
I'll give
it to.
Terry Thurl Bailey. He's a state guy. He can have him or Gerald Wilkins. Or
Thurl Bailey was decent.
Yeah,
but if you're decent, that doesn't get you on the Olympic team.
But True Holiday,
starter on the dream team.
But there's a difference here.
Can I be on the dream team? Sure, whatever.
True Holiday's a two-time NBA
What's
champion
missing from
on
America
two different
today?
teams,
Decency. So
and he led both of them to where they had to be.
That year, Clyde Drexler had 25.
Okay,
so we're gonna take him off.
I'm having a hard time where y'all going here.
I know you. Terry.
When I look
you
back,
cannot fathom hypotheticals.
When I step back and I look at this team, I think of Stephen Curry. Okay, he can score, but he's also going to give up as many as he scores. He's not going to stop a soul. I mean, he's not going to do it.
Kevin's point is he should or he shouldn't be on the team.
He should be on the team.
Croatia is dropping 35
You've got
on
to have a guy, and now they've got two. True Holiday and Derek
Based
White,
on the draft, apparently a lot of people from
defense.
France will drop 35 on him.
Who can play defense? Stephen Curry's not going to play defense.
That's the core problem of the question, Terry, is the fact that we've got our quote-unquote superstars who can't play defense in this era.
Yes.
Right.
That's the problem.
That's the point I was making.
That's the problem.
Is LeBron and Steph and Durant and them can't try to play any.
We shouldn't have to bring Drew Holiday in to shut down other team's best player. He is not one of the 12 best players to be on the Olympic team.
We played Canada, and we beat them, 14? I think was the final, 86-72 or something like that.
That's it.
Okay. So we beat them by 14, but shouldn't the United States have beat them by more? Should have.
Yes, because Steph Curry's in their team, and the Warriors beat every team they beat by 30. So why can't they with Clay and the dude that can't shoot? And
I mean, we look at guys who are on this team, which I understand this is game one, and you can't really go back. Joel Embiid was 2 out of 5. Halliburton was 1 out of 4.
Yeah,
Adebayo 2 out of 6.
The 92 leading scorers: Jordan, Malone, Chris Mullin, Clyde Drexler, Patrick Ewing, top 5 on the Dream Team. 6, Tim Hardaway was on Dream Team 2. 7, David Robinson. 8, Charles Barkley. 9, Mitch Richmond, Dream Team 2. 10, Glenn Rice. Was he on Dream Team 2 or 3? He was on one of them. I can't remember.
But now we have to understand what you're talking about. If you're talking about the 92, that was the most excellent team that we've ever had and ever will have.
Well,
I know, Terry,
but also
my point is that today we have the equivalent of Kenny Gaddison getting a starting role over Scottie Pippen in a dream team.
And also, it's not there is. I will say this: you can't give the comparison because the '92 Dream Team at that point, international basketball was a joke. There was hardly, except for like maybe the Yugoslav countries.
Our bronze medal team had a better point guard than Drew Holiday, at least.
I understand, but trying to compare in terms of like point separation or the point differentials in these games. No other international basketball had not really grown at that point, so we should have blown them out by 50 in '92,
and that's what they did.
Look at Canada. I mean, Canada is basically, other than France, is supposed to be one of the medal contenders in the Olympics.
They had some good players.
Jamal Murray, SGA, Dylan Brooks. So I mean, this was not a slacker team that they were playing in terms of the international teams. This was not just an ease-in game, so to speak. So their second unit right now, the U.S.'s second unit is both Ants, Edwards and Anthony Davis, Halliburton, Tatum, and Adebayo, and they looked like I would argue they looked like a better unit than the starters.
They probably are. Real quick, Terry, the argument they were showing their starter. They were actually arguing about this dream team thing, and they had Patrick Ewing, had Anthony Davis is better than Patrick Ewing on there. You agree with that one?
No.
Do you want to hear some of the Dream Team results from '92? Angola 116-48, Croatia 103-70.
Oh yeah.
Germany 111-68.
But that's the best team that we could have ever put together.
127-83.
Terry, these are the best basketball players. I've told every day
Spain
that LeBron is the greatest. Can he not guard Manu Ginobili? I've been saying it for years and nobody believed me, but he can't. And now they got to bring in Drew Holiday
and Derek White to play defense.
I'm not done. Spain 122-81, Puerto Rico 115-77, Lithuania 127-76, gold medal game 117-85 over Croatia.
And Tom,
I'm just
how many
saying,
of those? And remember, those wins were without unleashing Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he wasn't the leading scorer. Barkley
that was playing Carolina basketball.
Yeah.
They did not unleash Michael and won by 45 in every game. And I'm not saying they should now. Our point of the thing is that I want the 12 best basketball players America has.
Right.
You guys go out there.
I'd like that to happen, but that's not going to happen.
This team beats Canada by 14 points.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
All right, well, go ahead, Chip. Then I got to play this.
Well, and then the other thing is too, the one exception to what you're saying is, I do agree with Bird being selected on the '92 team, but he was not one of the 12 best players at that point. Not at that point in his career. He was well past his prime. His back was acting up.
He was past his prime.
His back was acting up. His instincts were still phenomenal. His body was failing him at that point.
He was done by 93 or 4.
Yes, I mean he retired a year or two later. Terry, he was not the player that he was in the '80s. But I don't see how, in terms of his selection was a legacy selection on that team.
I agree with Chip on this. I'd put Kenny Gaddison instead of Bird. Bird couldn't guard anybody. He was laying on the floor during timeouts playing defense. You got to bring in Gaddison, Terry.
Lord.
You're 100% right. You and Chip sway me, Tom. Gaddison instead of Bird. Listen, I got him on Photoshop it next week. Kenny Gaddison on the dream team.
As Perky used to say, shut the back door.
You're the one that said that's how I feel.
Come on.
About you saying Drew Holiday should
Come
start.
on.
That's exactly how I feel.
You got to have a leader.
Yes, Drew.
He is a true
You're going to
leader.
sit there and say Drew Holiday's your leader, not Steph or LeBron? If they're not going to be your leaders, they have no reason to be on the team.
Steph Curry, Kevin Durant on this team, but we need a leader. All right,
you got to have a leader.
Terry, this is funny. This is kind of weird.
Oh gosh,
Terry, can you spin a basketball on your finger?
On my finger?
Yeah.
I think
keep
I
it
can.
Going?
Mm-hmm. But I can't do it like they can.
Maybe you can.
Well, I mean, there's no way.
I've never been able to do it well. I could do it like for 3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Tops. You remember Cam Dean?
Yep.
She could do both hands, bounce off her knees, all that stuff. Some people can do it, some people can't. It's the weirdest skill that I've never been able to understand, that I can't do it. And Steph is me. You ready to watch this? Yeah. This is funny. This is Team USA being asked if they can spin a basketball on their fingers.
Do you know how to spin a ball on your fingers?
Steph Curry.
So I can do a lot of things with a basketball. A lot of things.
Try.
LeBron?
Ain't really my thing.
But you
can't do it? Drew Holiday can. Anthony
Drew
Davis
said
can.
he didn't think you knew how.
Come on, Drew, you know me better than that.
You think all of your teammates for USAB can do it?
Yeah. That is the one thing.
See, like, people that can do it in basketball, I don't see why you can't. And then, like, this is Steph Curry. Like you said, I can do a lot of things with basketball.
That I cannot do.
As a little kid, don't you just sit here and practice this all day?
I try.
I can give you like a half a second.
This is what I can do. Right?
Yeah, that's me.
And remember, Steph and Halliburton.
They're your point guards.
At the point guard, don't know how to do it.
That's funny.
Do you know Randy Shepard? Have you heard of Randy Shepard?
Was he the basis for Alabama?
No, he's a Christian guy. I think he might have played basketball in college, but he goes around and does Christian missions, does like basketball camps and whatnot, and then does use basketball as like basically an evangelistic endeavor. He can spin a basketball on the tip of a toothbrush while brushing his teeth.
There's people that are
Bounce it off your knee?
Who said that to you?
That's Cam.
That's good.
You said.
Should someone be able to know how to do this if they play basketball?
No. You don't have to, but.
There's your leader.
Oh my gosh, that's the determining factor.
Do you know how to spin a ball on your finger? No?
I'll be the only guy on the team who can. Joel, that's sickening. I think we have more coordination than that.
Do you feel like you should be able to as a basketball player?
That's one of the most embarrassing things. Just me. You got me nervous even thinking about it.
That's me. I swear. They're right
that.
there. It's the most frustrating thing ever. Watch around, just can't walk by. You know.
Now he'll
she's
be
my
doing
neighbor.
this all
She can
summer.
stand next to. Yeah.
He'll be doing this all summer, so
He's gonna
next
figure
year
it
he can
out.
do it. Yeah.
He threw up threes from the second row of the Coliseum, but he can't do that. All right, we'll be back in a few minutes. JP, sit up, stretch, do something. We're way behind. We'll be back. KDCBroadcast.com.
I'm Lon Helton, inviting you to join me as I count down the week's top 30 with my co-host Brett Young, who tells me about being a girl dad.
Man, it's the best. These kids have so much energy. They're little spitfires. They got attitude. They're intelligent. They're so much fun. They're making me feel old.
That's Brett Young this week on Country Countdown USA.
Wednesday afternoon at 1 p.m. on WCSL 92.9 FM, 1590 AM, and KTCBroadcasting.com.
Going fishing? Head first to the Great Outdoors in Cherryville. Guy Aker has some great deals, including Fenwick world-class rods, regular $330, now $199, and they come with a lifetime warranty. Gray and blue all-star rods, $50. Daiwa rods, $49.99. The Great Outdoors carries Turtle Box Bluetooth speakers, also all kinds of deer attractant, including Buck Gem, Booger Sugar, Imperial 30-06, and more, and they come in a variety of flavors. Great deals await you at the Great Outdoors, Highway 150 East in Cherryville, right behind McDonald's, online at teamgreatoutdoors.com. Like them on Facebook, too. Just in Time Plumbing, a leading residential and commercial company, has served Cleveland and Gaston counties for 10 years and has won Cleveland County's best for several years. Their 24-hour emergency service can handle all your plumbing emergencies, clogged drains, sewer inspections with cameras, septic tanks, jetter services, and more. And they do testing and water filtration. Just in Time Plumbing, on time, on budget, 24/7. Call 704-600-8350 or go to justintimeplumbing.net. Just in Time Plumbing every time, 107 South City Street, Kings Mountain. At Baxter & Sons Roofing, they want to take your roof to the max because you're tops with us. For over 35 years, Baxter & Sons has been serving this area with the very best in roofing, siding, and gutters. They work on residential and commercial roofs. And you can call for a free estimate, 704-629-4064, 704-629-4064. They are dedicated to providing you top quality roofing, and they value their customers like family. Take your roof to the max. Call Baxter & Son Roofing. Online at maxbaxter.com. Like them on Facebook, too.
Drive it, own it, afford it. For only $2.99 a month at James River Equipment Company in Shelby. It's multiple choice. Take your pick from a John Deere 3032E tractor with a loader package. With 32 horsepower, it's perfect for loader work, mowing, leveling, digging, grading, and more. For just $2.99 a month. Or John Deere 1025R tractor with loader and backhoe. You spend more time working and less time switching equipment. Also $2.99 a month. For details, see James River Equipment Company, 703 North Post Road, Highway 180 North, Shelby.
When you call Badger Plumbing Company in Bowling Springs, you get personalized service from owner Charlie Kennedy. As for Charlie, he not only owns the company, but he also does a lot of the work. Charlie is a veteran and happy anytime to help you with your plumbing needs. 980-403-5859. Again, 980-403-5859 for Badger Plumbing Company. From drain cleaning, sewer, repair, excavation, and general plumbing, serving Cleveland, Gaston, and Lincoln counties. Visit the website at plummingbadger.com.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk. They're talking about something else.
Well, JP, you know, I was going to let you choose again. You got NFL, baseball, or college sports, or make fun of Tom.
What was the question again?
Oh, Lordy.
Go ahead and do it.
Which topic? Baseball,
well, I was
football,
gonna
or
say
college
I was going to say
sports?
make fun of Tom, but I don't really know much about Tom to make fun of.
That's it. Just
so-
baseball or football. What you want here?
Football.
Football. We'll go to football. Jeez, things we got to do with this kid. Terry, was you here? Was you and I think Zach was here, and you guys might have been not here. Were you and Tom here for the discussion with Tepper and his wife in the draft room?
No, they were not. He was not here.
So you have not seen that. I'm gonna let when Tom gets back. I'm gonna go over a couple of other things. We're gonna talk some NFL football and corgis. Games with less than 200 yards passing the last 2 seasons. Okay? Games with less than 200 yards passing in the last 2 seasons. Well, you only played, 34 games in 2 years? The Bears had 28 games under 200 yards. The second worst is the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, great.
26 games under 200 yards passing in the last 2 years. Yeah. The best team, the Detroit Lions, have only had 5 games under 200 yards. Kansas City, only 6. Brownies in there at 16. Dallas at 9. Well, there was something. What's Dak Prescott doing in a walking boot, Terry?
Who knows?
You don't. Sorry, Terry. The team you're picking to win the Super Bowl. Why is he in a walking boot?
Why is your marquee quarterback in a walking boot?
I don't know.
Well,
Probably tweaked it in practice.
New
equipment.
I don't know.
You know.
Here's the NFL owners by wealth. Our Panthers owner, Mr. Tepper, is the 3rd richest owner in the NFL. Robert Walton, the Denver Broncos, worth $77 billion, Tommy.
Crazy.
He could buy the next 4 richest franchises.
Yeah.
We'll just pay them off. The least richest is the Bengals, Mike Brown. Steelers, Art Rooney. Of course, the Packers are publicly, or I don't know how to explain that, publicly owned, I guess.
You buy shares.
Yeah. Jimmy Haslam is $8 billion, Tom, for the Browns. Jerry Jones worth $13.8 billion for you folks out there. He is the 6th, am I counting that right? 7th richest owner in the NFL.
When he pays Dak Prescott, he's going to fall in further.
Might have to pay him off. He's walking around in a walking boot. Yeah. Let's see. There goes those 2. Oh, yeah, I did have a video to play for NFL. I wanted to wait for Tom to get back. Now, this is your Panthers. I know you guys weren't here. We let Zach comment on this, and Chip's already seen this. So, Terry, this is the draft room for the Panthers. Inside the draft room for the Panthers, you see the head coach sitting there, Dave Canales. And right next, Tom, to the head coach. Do you know who that is?
The female?
Yes.
No.
That is Mrs. Tepper.
Oh.
Terry set up on that one. You ever seen Jerry Jones' wife sitting in the war room next to the head coach? Do you think if she was sitting next to the head coach that she would be giving advice to the head coach on who to draft?
Maybe she knows more about football than we think.
That's exactly what she was doing. Chip hit the button.
He's like, would you trade up
Say that.
for the guy that I like. I said, yeah.
So she wanted them to trade up for the guy that she liked. That was the GM she was talking to next to. That's the guy next to Canales over here.
It'd be Dan Morgan.
Is I guess Dan Morgan, the general manager there, sitting with Canales. And
well, that's like Jerry Jones's grandson.
Yeah, that's what Zach says. Look at Canales' face though. I thought it was Canales talking to her, but then no, it was whoever's talking back to her is off camera. But watch his face during all, just the looks and.
Terry, have you ever seen anything like this before? Like, I don't. It just blows my mind. Like,
it's like
we have scouting departments. Not we as in Panthers, but NFL teams. You have scouting departments. You have head coaches, assistant coaches. How many people are in that room right there? Not even counting the people in the coach's office that are more qualified to answer whatever question than she was about to be right there. And this is the sideline reporters are now in here trading up in the draft for the guy that she likes.
I was getting ready to say this is like putting the head cheerleader on the school board. I mean, this is just stupid. I mean, whatever. I mean, I'm not being gender biased here. This could be like a son or anything like that. You don't have any kind of background in it.
You don't. Yeah.
Jerry Jones has been doing this for 25 years. It ain't worked. Once they put the salary cap on him, what I mean by Jerry is the owner being involved in the actual football. What other owner is sitting in a draft room making trade up, trade down decisions that's worked out? Can we name anybody? Robert Kraft didn't sit in there, did he? I don't know if I've ever seen Kraft in a draft room.
This was part of the reason I grew up a diehard 49ers fan, and planned to stay that way until the DeBartolo York family squabble started in the early 2000s, and Jed York took over operations and started mingling with it. And this is when they still had Bill Walsh as a special advisor, basically as a special assistant to the GM. And he was overriding Walsh's selections in the draft. Bill Walsh wanted to draft Jake the Snake Plummer at quarterback in the late 90s as an heir apparent to Steve Young. York overrode him, and they drafted Jim Druckenmiller. Who? Exactly. But they did this with several drafts, and this was the beginning of me starting to lose my passion and my interest in basically not being a Niners fan or a diehard Niners fan anymore. This is what ownership can do to a fan base, and we've got a front row seat to it right now.
Just wild. Terry, like,
I got an answer for your other question, though.
Go ahead, whichever one it was.
What question? What was the question?
We're going back to Dak Prescott.
Oh.
It said it was precautionary, said he was with his doctor, and his doctor said if it ever becomes a little sore, put a boot on it. And he said that's what he's doing. He's getting older. And he says, I'm just protecting my foot. He said that way it's better supported. And he put a boot on it, and he said no more than that. He says, I am okay.
I'm okay. That's why I'm in a boot.
No, that's what he said. No, it's got on here. It's got on there. Snap had a nasty surgery 4 years ago.
That sounded like the biggest load
It
of
said a
horse
couple of
crap I've
hard
ever heard
days
in my
of training.
life.
Listen now, it says a couple of hard days of training, and you get a little sore, and you're going on a fishing trip, and you want to protect it and make sure that things don't get worse. Literally is absolutely nothing.
So
people are reaching, trying to make things like Tom
so it's nothing.
that aren't true.
So I'm wearing a boot.
I'm getting old. Have to take care of my body.
But
have to be smart.
I practice
I can
hard.
take precautionary lessons sometimes.
Kevin, just sit back.
I practice hard.
Tom, be quiet.
And I'm sore.
Tom, you have no
when
clue.
Myles Garrett hits me, I'm going to be fine.
Tom, we are talking about your.
Don't worry about it.
Your
I'll be
Super
wearing
Bowl
the
champions
boot.
coming up.
When Myles Garrett tackles me, I'll be wearing a boot, so I'll be fine. Nothing to see here.
Tom,
this is
when,
the dumbest.
No, it's not the dumbest thing you've ever heard.
It's fine. It's fine.
You know?
My arm's in a sling.
Oh,
Your arm okay?
God,
It's
here we
fine.
go.
Good.
Here we go.
Precautionary sling.
Kevin, you need to get a camera that's just on Terry and Tom when they start.
We just need a split screen. It's like the debate. It's like the debate.
I would rather him have a boot than go through what Cleveland went through with Watson. Okay?
Is he
I'll
injured?
take that in
It's
any
not,
day.
It's not a. It's,
I mean,
it's not
y'all
even a
have such a
comparison.
malfunction up there in
Is he
Cleveland.
injured at all? Like, what's the
Yeah.
what's the
See,
injury?
like,
It got
he's
sore.
Like, he's like
He
trying to-
asked his surgeon, and his surgeon said, just put that boot on for
So
stability.
you're sore from practice, but you're going to make
You
it
know.
through a 17-game season.
Yeah. Every time they have practice, he takes it off, Tom.
I'm sorting from practice. Don't worry, I'm
Quarterback's not going
trying
to practice this year.
to play 17 straight games when people are trying to kill
Tom,
me for
He's
real.
won 2 playoff games in 10 years.
Tom, do you understand in our league we play
a hobble
against
out there.
mediocre teams? Do you understand that Philadelphia, the Redskins, and the Giants have nothing for us? Never have since Dak's ever got there. We trounce every one of them every year.
Philadelphia's been to the Super Bowl since Dak's been there. How
Well,
about y'all?
they've been there, and
That's
what
the
happened to them?
stupidest thing. I mean,
What
this
happened
is,
to them?
it's just like
Anyway,
this is the stupidest. He's just rambling like in.
Hey, Tom.
I don't care. You play the worst team in football. It's more strenuous than a practice.
Oh Lordy, Tom, come on.
Hey, Tom. In a follow-up, in a follow-up question to that, they asked him about health care in the United States, and Dak answered and said, "We beat Medicare."
That's right. That's right.
He did.
And anyway, we got a cupcake schedule coming up. So in week 1, we play your so-called Cleveland Browns. You know, better be a cakewalk for us.
I think they actually are called the Cleveland Browns.
You know.
You know what? He just let him talk. Just let him talk.
This is we're adopting the Trump
You got
Trump
some guy
strategy
on
for
y'all's
debate.
end
Just let him
named,
go.
What's his name? Garrett. They say he can play. Well, he'll never touch Dak.
He's just a defensive player of the year. He'll never touch that. Okay. He's not going to do more.
We need to
touching.
mark this date down. I want to never touch that.
You
July
might-
13th.
You might need 2 boots after Miles Sanders is done with him. Might need you another boot.
Boot out the door.
Tom, other than that, you got any other football,
You don't want
football
Tom to
news?
talk. Go ahead. Tom, while you're talking, I'm going to start talking. Okay? Go ahead.
What are you talking about? No, I mean, you know, Kevin, I've been kind of in the baseball zone, but you know, football's, you know, in a month we're going to be looking wide open.
Yeah.
It's kind of creeping up on us,
Yeah.
you know. So I guess I pay a little bit more attention to it once you start getting to the preseason, because that's when it's kind of fun. You're going to kind of see this. There's always a couple of hero guys that you want to make the team and all that stuff. But we'll see.
That's the
I saw
dumbest
the
answer I've ever heard.
I saw the dumbest answer I ever heard was
I
there's
can't
nothing
wait
wrong.
to preseason till we see some guy that we hope make a team.
Is that your little doggy voice? Is that the way you talk to your dogs?
I
at home,
mean, my
Terry?
goodness.
It
Come
is
on.
interesting, Terry. When you
sounds
start following in the preseason where you get to see the guys actually play.
Terry sounds like, what's her name in Brady's roast talking about drunk. We
mean,
know that
yeah,
not real money.
That's right. That's right. I mean, the preseason means nothing. All your stars are not playing anyway.
Tom,
Terry.
So,
Tom, how
I mean,
old were
come
you?
on.
Was the last time someone mocked you in that voice like that?
It's not
Seven,
even. It's like, why is he mocking anybody? That's what I'm saying. It's like, why is he mocking
mean,
anybody's
come on.
intelligence? If you just sit there and listen to what he says, and he's mocking people's intelligence of saying, like, it's kind of fun to actually see guys play rather than just sit here and talk about guys in boots.
So we're going to shift a little bit over to college. College football, NCAA games coming out this week, Monday, for all you folks excited about that. But this is the folks, you know, we got all kinds of movement and teams moving around. It looking like Florida State and Clemson's trying to do a package to one of these conferences. Big Ten says your academics aren't good enough, Tommy, so they're trying to keep them out academically.
SEC can't make that argument.
SEC cannot make the argument, but the SEC really don't want them for what I'm gathering.
Really?
It's really remarkable about how bad they're rated academically. They are really rated bad.
The Big 12 is looking to poach. So there may be a reemerge from the Big 12, and there's even rumors of them poaching Big 10 teams as well as the big ACC teams, and they end up being the big guy. And they're looking at poaching Ohio State and Michigan, Clemson and Florida State, and them swooping in and taking all the teams. So there's a lot of rumors swirling around. Don't know who's going to be where.
Question right now for you: If Clemson, and it sounds like Clemson and FSU are adopting a pretty sound strategy, pairing up together. If the ACC loses them, is that the end of the ACC?
No.
Because State's still in it.
They were added. They were added to it late anyway. Who cares?
Yeah.
Let's forward to Carolina. Now, Carolina State. The reason they can't get in the Big Ten is because of State's academics, Tom. And North Carolina wouldn't let them split up. So Carolina's not going to be able, and State are not going to be able to join the Big Ten because State's academics did not measure
I
up.
thought State's academics, were pretty good. The engineering school, veterinary school,
and North Carolina, they weren't good enough. So anyway,
Wow.
Well, whatever it was, the combination of the two, that's the negative for the Big Ten is that they don't want both of them. They only want one of them. So there's a lot. We don't know what's going to happen. I'm just telling you. Everybody's got their own rumors and
The
voices in it
SEC
right now.
doesn't want FSU and Clemson.
Not at the price they got to pay.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Think about it. If you're the SEC and you're Alabama and you're Georgia and you've been trouncing these garbage teams like Vanderbilt and Mississippi and all these years saying, we've got an SEC schedule and you don't play nobody that could beat Appalachian State, do you want to bring in teams that can beat you? They would much rather have Georgia Tech come in.
Well,
much rather have NC State, North Carolina come in.
They're bringing Texas and Oklahoma.
Well, they're not going to beat Georgia. No.
They got just as good of a chance as Florida State or Clemson.
No, Texas is...
Yeah, I mean, that's it.
In the
With
name
the
of
people-
Texas is back, though. I mean,
with
I
the
think
people
Texas
that
is back.
Dabo can bring in and FSU with all the athletes they can have, they don't want those teams.
Well, there's a guy that doesn't pay any attention to anything because Dabo's not bringing anybody in the
I was about to
transfer
say,
portal.
I'm
So,
back to the point. I'm
why-
to say
He does
Dabo might
bring
already.
people.
Did you not see Dabo's comments on that?
We might already have the high watermark of the Dabo Sweeney era.
What was his new comments on the transfer portal?
Dabo says he doesn't bring anybody in the transfer portal because they're not good enough to play at Clemson.
I heard that. Yeah, but that's bullcrap. Because
I'm just telling you what he said.
That's just him being Terry Reinhardt and sticking to his stupid beliefs.
You wait a couple. If you wait a couple years and don't take anybody in the transfer portal, they will be good enough to play Clemson football.
It's just adhering to because I said it. I don't ever realize what I say is stupid. Like he doesn't realize that. Like Michael Jordan's an average player type stupid comment. That you never maybe I shouldn't have said that, but instead he doubles down on it. So he's doubling down on his stupidity.
Well, and I'll make the argument that we've probably already seen the high watermark of the Dabo Sweeney era in Clemson.
Probably.
Yeah, because he doubles down on his own stupidity.
Name, image, and likeness money is going to hurt some of these big name programs. You can't. How much money can you pay people on the table at the church in Clemson as opposed to paying them over the table with a check from the Chevrolet
Texas
place?
A&M or whatever.
Or Texas to Texas A&M, all the money there.
Don't you think at an overall pace, though, we're downgrading college sports all totally together?
I'm not going to argue that. That's a totally different point. I'm saying that if you don't play the game, you're not going to have
That's
the
what
players.
I'm saying. All your elite teams like Alabama, Clemson, I mean, you take all your elites, Carolina, they will be downplayed. Like Vanderbilt and them will never, ever have a chance because they're not going to be able to do that.
Vanderbilt never had a chance anyway.
Well, I'm just saying, but they never will.
College football did it to themselves. Because why should Dabo make $10 million and this guy gets a free cheeseburger and he's on the national news and kicked off the team?
Yep.
That's the problem. It's just like when Chase Young got in trouble about an airplane ticket for his girlfriend to come see a game and you suspend him 2 games.
Yeah.
But you got all these executives making millions and millions of dollars.
So including the NCAA.
If you want to go on this, you should do it for the love of the game, son. Yeah. Then why is Dabo Sweeney making $10 million? You should just coach for the love of the game.
Why are these NCAA officials making all this bank during the March Madness tournament?
Why should these players? A lot of these players come from very, very economically challenged
Absolutely.
backgrounds. So why should they get in trouble for having a slice of pizza and this guy's making $10 million?
If you do not think, though, it makes a difference.
It does.
I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying when you talk about Saban and people like that who are coaches, think of all
millions and millions.
Think of all the players that have left Alabama since he's not the coach now.
Or you trying to say he makes a differse?
He does make a difference.
He does make a difference.
That's why they go there, because they want somebody like that. They're looking for a.
So he's riding the perfect timing of this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here.
He rode the wave of the old system, and so did Dabo, of the behind the scenes pay behind the scenes recruiting type thing. Now that you had to do it above where everybody can see and it's equal, now we're retiring. Now our team's not as good. Now we're getting out of here. And the guys that's replacing him in Alabama can't recruit on the same thing that Saban was. Not that he's Saban. They can't come in here and say, come play Alabama and be the champion. Come wear the ugliest uniforms in sports. Come down here to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Because they used to pay under the table and get people that way. Now that everybody's over the table, they can't outbid
There you go.
The team's over the table.
It's part of the
That's why
reason
people
it ain't got
are
nothing to do with
leaving.
Saban.
They have
It's
their
got to do with
way
the
out.
rules change.
it's part of the reason that Saban had so much animosity towards Jimbo Fisher and Texas A&M. A&M was his primary competition in the SEC in terms of attracting those recruits because A&M is putting up more money through NIL and through the transfer portal and through all these new means than any other school. And Saban's like,
I got a question.
You took my game from me.
I got a question for you two. You can't ask Tom because he's an elitist in this conversation.
Whatever.
He's an Ohio State fan.
Whatever.
Would people like Tom be upset, and Alabama fans, because they're in the same boat on this conversation, be upset and think that college sports was ruined if NC State and North Carolina became dominant in the next 15 years as opposed to the big names? If North Carolina won 5 championships and NC State won 5 championships in the next 10 years and Ohio State and Alabama didn't win nothing, would there not be calls across the nation of what happened to our college sports?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, it would.
Of course.
It would.
Of course.
Thank you.
No, there's no doubt in my mind it would.
Thank you. Because that's what's happening now is the Alabama fans are freaking out.
Yeah. Because they lost players on
sports
account of
is over.
Saban retiring.
Football is over. Or what happened to our game?
It's
even now.
Ohio State's losing players. But Ohio State's losing players.
What I'm saying is that's going to be the shift in the future.
Well,
Is
it's
that
just-
there's going to be people upset, and they say it when someone doesn't win. It's always, well, this is a down year. Washington's in the championship. It's a down year. Florida State goes 12-0 in the ACC. It's a down year in the ACC. Oh, wait a minute. Ohio State goes 12-0. Alabama goes 12-0. Georgia goes 12-0. Good conference. Florida State goes 12-0. You see that the games they play, and that's what I'm saying. That's why they're freaking out about the Alabamas not being able to pay no more, because someone in Chapel Hill, and here's what's going to happen, because they used to get the whole lineup in the depth thing. Remember that's what we used to talk about with the depth, is that they could have everybody in the depth on the same scholarships and pay. But now Carolina can come in and look at your guy, that second quarterback, we'll give you $1 million.
Yeah.
And now that guy's not staying at Alabama. He's coming to play quarterback at North Carolina or NC State. And that's where it's going to make the difference in these schools. And that's why they're upset. That's why Nick Saban got out.
Well, anytime that you have a new system that offers disruption to the status quo, yeah, you're going to have people that get upset about it. Certainly.
But Tom makes a great point that all the time those schools that are pretty good at football and do have the big traditions is that they don't have pro teams for the most part in their area. Ohio does, but the rest of them, a lot
like
of them.
Alabama does it, and a lot of
Texas ain't had a real football team and a pro team in 25 years. So,
I mean, there's 2 relatively big-named football teams in Texas, but I mean, it applies in some places.
So this, all right, Tom. Here's one of the guys on the committee talking about how they're going to pick the playoff teams. We're wondering about how they're going to pick those at-large bids. Well, here you go.
When you mentioned a few minutes ago that making sure you help campuses get ready to host these 4 games.
This is picking the home teams. Is what he's talking about. Is how do you pick the host teams in these games?
Outside of the quick turnaround, 2 weeks that you're hosting, what does a campus need to host a playoff game that they wouldn't have for an October conference game?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Now, Terry, can I not earn a home game? Like if Appalachian, so are you telling me if Appalachian gets 13-0, puts everybody good teams on the schedule, so we play 4 teams, we beat 4 top 10 teams, we go undefeated, we ranked, we win the championship. Are you telling me because of our stadium or whatever it is, we won't be able to host a game? We could be the number one.
That's what they tell
We could be the number 1 team in the nation, and
that's horse hockey.
Well, that's what they're telling you.
That's not the only thing, too. Listen to the rest of this.
So there's a lot of factors that are going to go into this. Weather is going to be a factor that they're going to have to consider because this game is going to be later in the year, in the winter than they normally were. Hotels are a factor. Do they have the level of hotel that would be expected for a playoff game, and do they have the availability when we need it, right?
Not once did he say anything about did your football team do well.
Yeah.
So basically, what he's really basically telling you,
How can we
even
make
if
the most
Appalachian
money?
was, they're not coming to Appalachian.
How can we make the most money?
That's what it is.
Yep. It's always been the NCAA's goal.
Those are the kinds of things that people need to keep in mind, but also, I mean, everything from ticket sales to managing how we distribute the tickets, all those kinds of things have to come into play.
TV deals.
It's not a game that they had been planning on for 6 or 8 months. They weren't.
So you're telling me that you don't have the infrastructure in place because you're told you have another game, even though you've already had 6, 7 home games.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's like, why can't people see through this BS? Why don't you just say
We do.
We can't make as. Now, I will say this: if it's Appalachian State and Ohio State, so I say Ohio State's 10-2, Appalachian State's perfect record. You might say the game should be there. What they're gonna say?
He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it.
No, let me finish. Let me
Come
finish.
to Boone, scaredy cats.
Why don't you be quiet so I can finish? I would say that they're going to say play the game in Ohio State because we can make more money there, and I would not agree with that. I'm not that he wouldn't let me finish.
I know.
It's not all. Everything is not about making the most money. Most things are.
It
but not
shouldn't be,
this.
but it.
But not this. This is supposed to be athletic competition based on fairness, not on, hey, how can us executives pocket another $1 million?
Yep.
That's not what it's supposed to be about. It is, but it's just like, I mean, you see, I know it's not the same sport, but it's just like, you got to come to our baseball academy and pay $5,000 if you want to play college sports. I mean, it's all about, whereas what did we do when we were kids? You went out to the local parks and rec and paid your $20 and got your T-shirts and stirrups and went out there and played baseball.
Yep.
But now it's just like and I understand. I'm a capitalist. I got like 5 jobs. I work. I like money too, but this is bad. I mean, not once did he say, let's do this on fairness. If one team had a better record than the other, then they get to host the playoff.
He basically
how
said
it
whoever's got the
should
bigger
be.
stadium is going to be the home team.
Yeah.
Is that
Because
what
they
I'm
can
hearing?
make the most money.
If you're Ohio State, if you're all of those teams and you can almost pocket 100,000 people, and I'm not going to have to go over here to App where they can only maybe put in 55 or 60. I've got another 40,000 people I can bring for money. That's
Well,
all it
even
is.
at that, even at that,
And it's gonna sell it.
Even at that, I would even say go far to say, okay, well, let's move the game to Bank of America Stadium because at least it's in North Carolina. Even though they should be able to play in Boone, they shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to travel for your own home game.
Right. I'll hear
But they should
the
give
Bank
us-
of America argument.
Yeah, like that would at least
On the
be.
condition.
Yeah.
On the condition that only 5% of tickets can be sold to anyone outside the state of North Carolina.
Yeah, you need to
Or a
restrict
lower
it, yeah.
percent. Yeah.
Or yeah.
Do you? Because you don't want to say, oh, we'll go to Bank of America, and then all these jackwhacking Ohio State fans fill up the stadium. You
But,
want
hey,
Appalachian State fans.
Let's back
filling
up
that
a second.
stadium.
Let's back up a second.
What's that?
The esteemed owner of Bank of America Stadium ain't gonna work anything out with that. You know that.
Well, I know that.
No, he
But
will if
Tom's
you
making-
write him a big enough
Yeah.
check.
Yeah, a big
yeah.
enough check. If he gets a big
Well, he
enough
will.
cut of
That's
He's
it.
more
all
excited
he
about
cares
having a
about.
Beyonce concert.
Yeah. It's,
No, but Tom, I was thinking that in my head before you even said it. Would that be an option? I don't know how I feel about it. It should be on campus, like
It should. It's a home game. Give them a home game.
I'm using the app as an example,
Right.
but they're going to do the same thing to Chapel Hill. Chapel Hill don't have the infrastructure. They
Keenan's
they
not a
seat
big.
six-
I mean,
how many
Keenan's
they seat? 60, 50?
yeah,
Is it
Keenan's
50?
not huge. I mean,
So-
it's.
But you've got Raleigh, which would have the hotels and all that
But-
stuff.
They have,
but we don't. I mean, we can't put in 100,000 people in there.
And
that-
Raleigh could.
Well, that's the other. No,
Raleigh
it's what it's a 70,000 foot seat stadium.
Carolina's not going to play a bowl
That's
game
all
at
it
Carter
is.
Finley.
But-
They're not going to do
Well,
that.
I'm just saying, though. That's
No,
what I'm saying.
but
That ain't-
listen, what I'm saying. He was talking about hotels and all that other stuff.
Right, it was
Yeah.
in all kinds of.
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
the Raleigh market, there's plenty.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
the
yeah.
stadium is not.
Wake
there you
County is
go.
the biggest county in North Carolina.
But the
I mean, you
stadium,
know,
Yeah,
the stadium
but-
is not, Tom. He's
no.
talking about because you guys can
Yeah, I
host
know what I'm
I was
talking
talking about a
stadium.
minute
because you
ago.
guys
I
can
know,
host
I know.
100,000.
Yeah.
We can only do
70,000.
70. Yeah.
Yeah,
So there's
yeah.
30,000 people that we'd not be able to
And
get in.
that would fill up Boone. So that
You know?
Yeah.
that's it. That's what he said. I think we all heard it. Is whoever's got the biggest stadium will be the
Because
home
all
teams.
all these jackwagon executives like him have got to make their $8 million or whatever they're making. And it's just bull crap.
And you know how you're
It's
going to
just-
really figure it out?
It's just, man.
When it comes down to the end, and all of a sudden somebody jumps over somebody, and then they're going to say, well, this is how come we're going there. Because it's going to be your big-time schools who have the most capacity for this to happen.
I agree with you, Tom. I mean, I support capitalism, and the profit motive is not intrinsically evil in and of itself. But when the profit motive becomes the primary motive, that's an issue.
I mean, it's about the kids getting to play a game that they earned. They earned the right for a home game more than an executive has earned the right to make $1 million for doing nothing.
And to make the decision and to override it.
All right, JP, we'll take a break. We come back. We'll finish up with baseball and NASCAR, KTCBroadcasting.com.
Mowing time is here. Time to head south and see Boyd Tire and Appliance on Main Street in Clover. There you'll find a big selection of Gravely, Aaron's, and John Deere mowers, steel chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, and more. Also appliances and tires. Right now, get 0% financing for up to 48 months on a new Gravely zero-turn mower. And check out the deals on John Deere tractors and zero-turn mowers at Boyd Tire and Appliance, 110 North Main Street in Clover. Online at BoydTireandAppliance.com and see their page at What'sUpShopper.com.
Grizzly the Greeter says there's always something special going on at Blessed Buildings and Tiny Homes in Cherryville. Right now, Blessed Buildings and Tiny Homes will pay your first month's deposit on buildings when you sign up for free auto pay and 36 months rent to own. Come in for all the details. Also take 10% off play sets, but hurry, limited supply. And buy a new tiny home and get a free 11-light pre-hung door. That's Blessed Buildings and Tiny Homes. Highway 150 East in Cherryville, right across from Ace Hardware. Online at blessedbuildings-tinyhomes.com.
The Yamaha Get Out and Ride sales event is underway at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Get 3.9% APR financing and up to $3,500 cash with approved credit for qualified buyers. But that's not all. Suzuki Fest is underway with 2.9% APR financing for 36 months for qualified buyers. And get the hottest ride of the summer with the Yamaha Slingshot with no money down or 5.99% APR financing for qualified buyers or $1,000 in customer cash. Come in for the details at Full Throttle Power Sports, 101 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
Are you ready to take the next step in your HVAC career? Cleveland Community College is actively searching for a full-time HVAC instructor to join our team. As an HVAC instructor, you'll train the next generation of HVAC-R technicians, sharing your knowledge and expertise with students so they can be successful in this high-demand field. Enjoy a 9-month schedule with a comfortable 35-hour work week and outstanding benefits, including North Carolina State retirement and comprehensive health insurance. Join a community of professionals that values growth, innovation, and collaboration. Visit clevelandcc.edu/employment to learn more about this position, as well as other open faculty and staff positions at Cleveland Community College. Over 10,000 square feet of fun. We're talking about Nuggets Power Sports on South York Road, Highway 321 South in Gastonia. At Nuggets Power Sports, you'll find ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, and UTVs. All top-of-the-line brands, including Trailmaster, Apollo, Victory, and Lynn-High. And they offer financing by Lindmark and Southern Loans. Get free 90-day layaway, plus they have a complete parts and service department. Shop 10,000 square feet of fun at Nuggets Power Sports, 5001 York Highway 321 South in Gastonia. Call 704-830-8137. Open Tuesday through Friday, 11 to 7, Saturday 10 to 5. Find them on Facebook, too.
Francis Brothers Used Cars, now in their 55th year in business, has proudly served the people of Cleveland and Rutherford counties since 1969 with a great selection of nice buy here, pay here cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Don, Bino, and Casey invite you to check out their inventory. They look forward to helping you get your next vehicle and offering oil changes, OBD inspections, brake works, shocks, axles, and CV joints in their service center. Francis Brothers Used Cars and Service Center, 134 North Main Street in downtown Boiling Springs. See them for your next automotive buy or service.
Your trusted utility construction professionals is Fuller & Company, located right outside of Cherryville and Krause. Since 2007, Fuller & Company has been doing qualified boring, tunneling, and utility installation, from water and sewer to trenching, even tunnels and shafts, along with water and sewer repairs, plus new water and sewer service installation. Fuller & Company, off Highway 150 in Krause, supporting our local community. Online at fullerandco.com.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series is headed to Pocono.
Side by side, everybody, all 38, they head to turn one.
To race on the most unique track in NASCAR.
Here comes Austin Hill. He'll swing back to the lead. Mayor to second with the tire rub. Buries in the wall right in front of us in 2.
It's the Explore the Pocono Mountains 225.
Saturday, July 13th at 2:30 on Carolina Country WCSL, 92.9 FM, 1590 AM, online at ktcbroadcasting.com. When you need painting or remodeling done around your home or office, do what I did. I called David Linhart at Linhart's Painting and Remodeling. From residential to commercial, Linhart Painting and Remodeling will do a professional job that you'll be proud of. They offer free estimates and are licensed and fully insured with over 35 years of experience. Call David Linhart at Linhart's Painting and Remodeling. Call 980-429-5192. Again, 980-429-5192.
The Yamaha Get Out and Ride sales event is underway at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Get 3.9% APR financing and up to $3,500 cash with approved credit for qualified buyers. But that's not all. Suzuki Fest is underway with 2.9% APR financing for 36 months for qualified buyers. And get the hottest ride of the summer with the Yamaha Slingshot with no money down or 5.99% APR financing for qualified buyers or $1,000 in customer cash. Come in for the details at Full Throttle Power Sports, 101 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
Wait. Don't you just hate waiting? Well, I do too. That's why I go to All Ray Tire Center, where I get in and out service and check out some of their springtime specials, like alternator service starting at $79.95, an oil change starting at $47.99, brakes starting at $125 per axle, and they have great prices on tires, and most sizes are in stock, so you don't have to wait. Visit your nearest All Ray Tire Center, West Main Street, Forest City, Lower Dallas Road in Dallas, East Main Street in Cherryville, West Dixon Boulevard, Shelby, and Carbon City Road in Morganton. On the Go Quick Lube in Boston is not just oil changes. They have tires for all cars with names like GT Radio, Hankook, and Toyo, plus interstate batteries and wiper blades. Of course, they do oil changes featuring Castrol, Motorcraft, and Rotella diesel oil, and they carry diesel truck fuel filters. Plus, they're an official North Carolina inspection station. For quick service with competitive pricing and professional technicians, head over to On The Go Quick Lube today. 3716 Falston Road, Highway 18 north of Shelby, and go Burns Bulldogs.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang.
Welcome back to the broadcast. Got some baseball for you. Tom, I defended your honor this week.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Yeah, somebody talk about umpiring, I guess.
No, it was not umpiring. It was your Cleveland Indians.
Oh.
They made a art thing here of the final four teams since 2014. And here's the graphic. "2016, who made the Final Four?"
I don't think that's accurate.
Oh, yeah.
I see Blue Jays, Cubs, Dodgers, and who the hell's the G Flyers? Tom, they were replacing the Chief Wahoo in history. That was the Indians in 2016, wasn't it?
Yep,
it was. Alternate history.
God, they even took him off the thing. So I defended your honor and said I don't believe the Guardians won it in 2016.
Don't believe they were in existence at that point.
Terry, here's a former, and I'm not going to name the name, local product complaining about youth umpires' strike zone. And I don't think there's anything wrong with this call. That's definitely a Tom strike.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that.
well, he wasn't. He squatched a little bit, so it widens it.
So he takes a strike, takes another strike.
Oh no, that might have been kind of high.
That's a little
That might
high.
have been kind of high.
Well,
but swing the bat, young man.
Well, again, that's what. I'm gonna go back to the first. Let's go. Look, real quick. So ball one. That was.
That's two definitely out of the range.
All right, I'm starting over. All right, here we go. Ball one's high. Oh yeah, y'all are looking at. I'm over here looking at the good screen. Let me make that smaller for you, so you can see. There you go. All right. This is called a strike. tears the catcher's head out of the strike zone. Like they're saying it's high, and I know at some point in baseball we quit calling balls above the belt.
Yeah,
but that's belly button high. Catcher is hitting the catcher in the eyes. To argue and put this on the internet to say and be upset about this being a strike is weird to me. Yeah. Especially that's strike one. So coach and player didn't like that.
Go Will. I think the catcher framed that a little bit, brought the glove down just a hair when he caught it, but.
That's high.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, but
Again,
they're borderline, but it's not worth posting about.
Again, where's the strike zone supposed to be, Tom?
below the armpit.
Okay, that's a strike.
See, but his reaction to the first one got the second one called on.
And Tom, you're an umpire. Terry, you're an umpire. If the catcher's sitting right down the middle, and the ball is caught left of his face, like right here, and to argue that it's high, I mean, is this catcher 7 foot tall? What are we talking about? Like, your guy's squatted down. Look how far he's squatted down in the batter's box. Also, and that's called a ball. That was above. I agree with all the calls so far. And then he strikes out swinging. It is not the umpire's fault you struck out.
No.
It is not. And this drives me crazy. And this guy is he played baseball in Major League Baseball. He's from around here, and he posts his teams and does his travel ball things all the time. And he's complaining about my guy getting forced to have 2 strikes on him and calls 2 balls out of the zone and this and that. And Terry, I know you got umpire youth way more than Tom does. Tom, you're seeing a little bit different level, but like Terry, I can't stand these kids and everybody just sitting up here looking for walks. Like just that was out of the strike zone. It was missed by this much. And I tell mine, I'm like, your mama came to see you swing the bat. She does not care if you walk to first base today. And being argumentative over these borderline ones in youth is just weird.
I think.
Go ahead, Terry.
Yeah, I think a lot of times you coach as if you umpire. And when I had our teams that I coached, I wanted you to be aggressive. You didn't step in there to daggone walk. I mean, that's out. We went up there to swing the bat. If you see one, whether it's first pitch, second pitch, whatever pitch, swing the bat. And that's how I am as an umpire. And especially with younger kids. So younger kids will stand up there and put the bat on their shoulder and just stand because they want to walk or they want the coach pitcher to come in and pitch to them after so many.
Have you not seen some of the best hits you've ever kids swinging at high baseballs?
Some of them.
In the eyes.
Yeah. Well, a lot of kids will swing at that more than anything.
Go back.
And we're arguing chest high strikes.
Go back and watch Pete Rose's 4,000th hit. It was up and out of the strike zone.
But now Pete Rose squanched a lot too.
But that too. Like I was doing a game about this level. Well, how old was that kid? 15?
That was high school. Yeah, high school.
15, 16. Kid been on the bench the whole game. Been on the bench the whole game. Okay? Gets in the game. Takes 3 pitches. They were all out of the zone. They were all bad pitches. So now you got 3-0. You've been on the bench the whole game. 3-0. Here comes your cookie, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've been on the bench the whole game. So what do you want to show the coach in that situation? This is why I shouldn't be on the bench, coach. Because when I get the 3-0 cookie in an 11-0 game, I'm going to crush it.
Yep.
What's he do? Boom, right down the middle, takes the cookie. Because somebody's daddy told him to do that. Go ahead and take that pitch, son. And then the 3-1. What do you think it is?
Terry, I doubt he got to take a second pitch hit.
No, the cookie. Right down the middle. Okay? Next pitch, up and out of the zone. Walks to first base. Congratulations, son. You sat on the bench for 2 hours. You finally got a chance. You got 2 cookies. And because your daddy tells you to take pitches, now you're on first base in an 11-0 game.
The 3.
It's not even the kid's fault. It's not the kid's fault. The kid has been taught incorrectly by people that they write checks to. You've been taught incorrectly. Son, it's 3-0. You've been on the bench. We're not looking for base runners in this game. You're only in the game because it's decided. swing the bat and show the coach why you don't belong on the bench. But we don't do
I was about to
that.
say, Tom, you're not going to be. He's not going to look at the lineup and be like, "Well, Johnny got a walk last time.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's just
you got a double. I might put him in next time."
And you wonder why hitting's down in pro ball.
And then you wonder why.
You wonder why, because you're writing checks to people who are teaching you incorrect things.
Only 10. This is the argument this week on the internet. Is Arraez being named to the All-Star team, and people are saying he shouldn't be on the All-Star team.
That's correct.
He's hitting .310.
Yeah.
There's only 10 batters
above 300.
Above 300 in Major
including
League
Aaron
Baseball.
Judge.
And that's obviously you best here. Yeah. Well, y'all were worried about him for a while.
It seemed like there used to be like 100 guys.
He's about the only guy I'm not worried about at this point.
I mean, the guys can't hit because they don't. It's like, what are you being coached to do?
Yeah.
Take the first pitch. Why? He's
Sometimes
trying to
that's
get
your
ahead
best
of
pitch.
you.
Yeah. Sometimes
I mean,
that's your best pitch.
it's just, man.
First two pitches are your best pitches to hit.
Yeah.
The pitcher is going to try to throw. One of those is going to be a fastball
But you have
over
to
the plate.
understand. Right.
One of those is going to be a fastball over the plate. Hit
Yeah.
one of those pitches.
Yeah.
The kid loses either way. Because if he's in there and it's 3-0, Tom, and your coach over on third tells you to take a pitch.
Yeah.
And you
Well,
just come off the bench. He shouldn't, but I'm just saying. He tells you to take one.
But
next thing you know, if you swing, well, I'm never putting you back in. Depends on what happens.
Right. That's the other
That's
thing.
what's going to happen. I'll never stick you back in
If-
because
on
you
that-
didn't listen to me.
The 3-0 pitch. Now, the 3-1, I agree with you wholeheartedly. The 3-0
then it's
pitch,
different.
the 3-0 pitch,
So
you better make sure you make good contact
Yeah.
with it, because if
Look.
you get underneath it, pop it up to the catcher or something, that
You're not coming
Who
back
cares
in.
if you pop it up when an 11-0 game?
I know that.
I'm just
You know
so
that, but
you
that
guys
coach
asked
is
the
never
question.
putting you back in.
67.
You ain't in the game anyway till it's 11-0.
I agree.
67 players in 1995 were over 300.
I know. Now
67
we got
players.
10.
There's only 10 right now, and they're saying they shouldn't be all-stars
That's
because they don't
the
hit for
dumbest
power.
thing in the
Cardinals
world.
have a guy in minor league baseball right now who's a giant super athlete human being, and they don't have him up because he don't hit it in the air, Tom, but he's batting like 350 down there.
It's just dumb.
It's
And we've got guys batting DH, batting 210 and
Tony
190.
Gwynn wouldn't be an all-star. Tony Gwynn wouldn't be an all-star.
67 players, 300 and over. Okay?
Derek Jeter wouldn't be an all-star.
Here's players that that didn't get to 300 that are right under. Here's people who are 290 and over. I'm going to list some names. You ready? Barry Larkin, Brady Anderson, Omar Vizquel, 297, Raul Mondesi, Fred McGriff,
Tommy
Greg
Mansfield.
Jeffries, Tino Martinez, Chili Davis, Todd Hollingsworth, Jason Giambi, all of those at 290 or more. I just named 10 people, and there's only 10 in Major League Baseball above 300 right now. I just named 10 people, kind of all-stars or whatever, that batted 290 something. Like, so they're arguing about the pitchers are the best ever, I guess, or what it is.
No.
It's the approach of swinging straight up.
Yes.
I believe.
And back in 1995, you didn't have the computer box to where you couldn't Greg Maddux a batter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you look at some of those pitchers back in the 90s, they called like we call our recreational leagues. I mean, they are like super criticizing umpires. A ball that low out of the zone.
Oh, they are.
Oh, it wasn't in the computer box. So And they
argument
can
is-
go back and prove that. But my thing is, if you're throwing a good, consistent pitch, you used to be able to give that.
And
right?
If you're getting you're
Yeah.
giving the
Yeah.
corners, also the batter's got to swing at those.
Yeah.
So if you're not giving the corners, the batters aren't going to swing. They're going to hold.
They
on
don't
that bat.
learn to hit that pitch.
The one thing my
They don't
dad
learn to
always
hit
said,
that
and y'all know this better than I do, and one thing I agree with my dad on with this, wherever your strike zone is, now obviously that you can take that to extreme, but generally speaking, whatever your strike zone is, as long as it's consistent with both teams,
within reason.
Yeah.
Within reason, it's. I don't think you're going to get any complaints.
But I get so mad at people, though, when they question your first strike. And I'm like, what the heck? Because my whole deal is here, if you are a good batter, okay, that means nothing. That's only one pitch. I've got two more that I've got to swing
That's
and
always
miss.
how I always thought.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That one did not put me out, so I don't worry about that.
Well, if you listen to the good coaches, say you call a pitch strike one, a good coach will say, flush it, only takes one.
That's right.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I mean, it's like you're not going to sit there and
Oh.
dwell on that pitch.
I'm glad you said
Yeah.
that. we had a coach, and I'll say the name of the team, Chatham Central.
I've done lost my chance.
But when
I had
he
a good one,
walks
too.
around, and that's how he taught his kids, he's got a necklace hanging on him, and if there's something that didn't work, he'll take it and wave it. It's a toilet. He said,
Oh, yeah,
flush
flush
it.
it.
Yep,
Just flush
that's
it,
what
man.
he'd do. He'd go flush it.
God
It means
almighty, man.
nothing. That's only one.
So I got a good drill for you youth coaches out there. And this is what I'll do with mine is they'll have 20 or 24 baseballs in the bucket, right? And I've got the machine out there and I shoot them at them. And I tell them, you swing at everything. And every pitch that they take, I throw a ball out of the bucket. So not only do they take that pitch and don't get to hit that pitch, they lose another one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you got 24 baseballs. If you want to hit today, you better swing 24 times. If you don't, you can take as many pitches as you want. But every one you take, I'm going to throw them. And I'll sit there and throw the
You're only
base
gonna
out.
get 12
What are
if you
doing,
don't
Coach?
swing.
Right. You don't and they lose them real quick. So that'll teach them real quick. You better swing the baseball bat. I had a good – I keep up on my stats. That's one of my stats that I do keep is strikeouts looking as opposed to swinging. So I do know, hey, you looked at this. You weren't this is my deal. I want you swinging on these. And I've got the kids that don't. Austin's and I said this about Phillip. He didn't strike out all year until Phillip gave that. My lefties, Tom, 5 lefties in my lineup all struck out on outside strikes. They're that far out. None of my righties struck out. Every single one of my lefties in their first at bat. And I looked at it, I was like, I think Phillip's giving that outside corner there, boys.
That's it.
Because Austin is he's going to be the one that's going to swing. So when he struck out looking, I was like, it's outside. But I didn't say nothing to Phillip.
It's kind of like that goes back to that video clip. Even though those pitches are high, they're over the plate.
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
Correct.
You know? Yes.
All right. So Paul Skeens, you see this?
Oh, gracious. I'm telling you.
99 pitches, he was taken out.
Yeah.
After 7 no-hit innings, 99 pitches, they take him out.
That's new.
Was
that's
that
new
wrong?
school baseball.
Was that wrong?
Yes, it was wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
When I got a no hitter going in,
Yes.
Coach, don't take me out.
I don't care how many pitches it is.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I agree.
And
I agree.
he wasn't laboring.
Do
you know?
they think? But do they think about that? Do they have that same mental aspect, Terry? Is that what
They're thinking he's a young rookie, and as he built up his arm enough, obviously, and they were looking at 5 more years of having him, and they don't want him having Tommy
Terry, you
John
got
surgery.
Pocono pick this week before you get out of here? Kyle Busch.
No, Martin Truex.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's the largest cities in America compared to that don't have a baseball team compared to teams that do have a baseball team. Terry will trade with you, but don't bring what he's supposed to trade.
Is that a trade?
That's not a trade, Terry. That's a steal. It just comes in and takes stuff off your wall and don't even put $1 up there. All right, so Charlotte. So I'm gonna eliminate states that already have teams.
Mm-hmm.
So San Antonio, no. Dallas, no. Jacksonville, no. Austin, no. Fort Worth, no. San Jose, no. Columbus, no. Charlotte is the largest city in America without a baseball team. They're 8th largest city in America without a baseball team at 900,000 folks in the area. That would put them 11th in baseball. Albuquerque, I told y'all about them. They're down there at 560,000. They got as many as Milwaukee, more than Atlanta, Kansas City, Miami, Oakland, Minneapolis, Tampa, Anaheim, Cleveland, and St. Louis is the lowest populated city, 280,000. Tom, do you know that was the
Very
smallest
proud.
one?
Yeah, it's because if you've ever been to St. Louis, you understand why.
Pittsburgh is the next lowest populated city, then Cincinnati, Anaheim, and Cleveland. Cincinnati and Cleveland got the all the sports, Tom, and Columbus sitting over here with all the people.
Because Columbus is kind of, you have to
You go to
understand,
Ohio State.
Columbus is like the Charlotte of Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody leaves other places and goes there if they stay in Ohio.
Yeah.
So, I mean, most people leave Ohio and come here or Charleston, South Carolina, Myrtle Beach. But if they stay in Ohio, it's kind of funny. I had a couple of my relatives that came down to Myrtle Beach, and they came to my house and showed me. They went up to my mom. I was like, how do you stand it here? It's like we talk about this bright sunshine. It's so hot.
Beats down on you.
There are like the people that leave Ohio or the people that hated the cold.
Mhm.
But you got to understand, there's people that grew up there that hate the heat, and that's why they don't like coming. I remember my cousin Patty went down here. I said, "Do you like it down here?" Oh, it's way too sunny.
Way too sunny. Doesn't say hot. Way too sunny.
See if y'all can guess what this list is. This is this year's list, 1 through 12. The Dodgers have 12. Detroit's got 1. Cardinals got 2. Guardians got 7. Yankees have 8. I'll give y'all 5 seconds, and I'm going to tell you what this list is. This is the number of players that have went on paternity leave this year.
Oh, wow.
Paternity leave. The Dodgers have 12 people who've knocked somebody up this year.
Well, that's good.
Don't knock it. I got 12 on my own. Leave me alone. All right.
Chip has more than the Marlins, the Angels, the Cardinals, and the Tigers.
Wait till September. You can move me up the next row there.
Oh, are you expecting?
Number 5's on the way.
Oh my gosh! Congratulations.
Thank you. We're done. We got our starting 5. We're done.
A reporter once asked Ricky Henderson if Ken Caminiti's estimate of 50% of Major League players were taking steroids was accurate. Ricky responded, "Well, Ricky's not one of them, so that's 49% right there."
It's kind of funny. I was listening to Will Clark.
I just saved that one for
There was
Zach.
a podcast with Will Clark, and he was talking about Ricky Henderson. He said he loved it while Ricky got on first base because he was so funny.
Mm-hmm.
And he always referred to himself in third person like that. Like, he goes, they weren't letting him steal because it's like a spring game or something.
Mm-hmm.
They were working on something. I can't remember what it was. He's like, "Come on, Will. Ricky wants to go to second." And he's like, Will's like, "Come on, Ricky.
Contact with the rubber as
Go to second." It was fun.
Tom, is this legal?
What? It's farting on the ball?
No, have you not seen Caps?
You've
and
shown this
stupid
before.
thing.
You've shown this
Okay,
before. Yeah.
I didn't know if I did or not. I saw
Yeah,
it.
you've shown this before. Does he start in contact with the pitcher's plate? But what I don't understand is it seems like you would lose the push. Like, I'm not sure what the advantage is. So
That's putting a lot of strain on the arm, I feel like.
Since it's like on the there's the rule book. That's like a hole in the rule book. You know what I mean?
But
It
here's
doesn't
my
really
question.
address
I don't
that.
think there is, because here's why.
Does it say he must be in contact when the ball is delivered or when the delivery begins?
To me, this almost just like a basketball thing. Okay, so the rule is you're supposed to be in contact with the ball, right? With the rubber, right?
That's the rule.
So technically, this is a step, is it not?
He's getting closer,
Yeah.
to them. I guess that's
Because
the
the other
advantage.
foot has not landed.
Yeah.
This is an extra step. Would he be allowed to go 3 inches forward and throw to home? So why is he allowed to go 12 inches forward and throw to home?
Or even,
Is my
that's more than
question.
12. That's 2 feet.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So, like, you wouldn't allow a pitcher to just take a quick like 3-inch quick step towards home with that right foot, and as opposed to jumping off of it. So I do not know why they allow.
I was about to say that falls right in
at
line
all.
with me with Nestor Cortez's hesitation stuff.
I mean, they just
It's
need
just
to,
stupid.
If the rule's not clear, it'd be easy. The foot must be in contact with the pitcher's plate when the pitch is delivered.
Yeah.
Why I don't get why they don't just throw the pitch. You're admitting your pitches aren't any good, or
But
you know.
that's just that's what I get frustrated with. Just play baseball. Just play baseball. I mean, it's just they're all doing the stupid stuff. It's just play baseball.
All right, I've got a bunch of other funny stuff. I'll just wait till next week to get to with Terry and some NASCAR stuff. I do the best idea of the week this week, Tom. I'll see if you agree. Jose Canseco says there should be a home run derby for retired players.
Yeah, that's actually
That's not a bad
That's
idea.
actually not an insane thing like you.
No. Would it include that Would it include that one guy?
Yes, that's what he wants to destroy him.
Yeah.
Well, how embarrassing would it be if Alex Rodriguez came and beat him? It would be so funny. Guy screwed your wife and beat you in a home run derby. That way you might not recover from that.
Jose is pretty clear about how far he can hit a baseball right now, and it's really, really far. Tom, here's my real quick defending. It wasn't me as another guy defending Chief Yahoo or Chief Wahoo here.
That's awesome.
Somebody calling. There's somebody on the same post I was on.
Yeah.
That was something else. All right. We'll talk. We'll see you guys next week. Legion Baseball. Shelby has made the state playoffs.
Congratulations, Coach Ruff, Coach Wellman, Coach Isaacovich.
Next Saturday. We'll have coverage. Shelby and Cherville. Cherville plays the late game. We'll let you know when Shelby plays next Saturday. Shelby does play tomorrow in the finals. I don't know who they're playing yet. I know it happened last night, so I don't have the final on that one. But they are playing the finals beginning tomorrow. We'll have coverage of Shelby and whoever that was. All right, guys, we'll see you next week. Today, don't forget NASCAR racing this weekend from Pocono, 92.9 FM. You're listening to it, KDCBroadcasting.com.